We shall see.
Give it a couple of minutes, let them notifications just come on in.
Let's get it popping.
Come on in with the notification.
You know when people see God, girl, they don't be wanting to click in, girl.
Girl, don't be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared.
Oh, that ain't all we got. I also, hold on, let me pull up these screenshots real quick, just in case Muchball come in here. Because the
Oh,
confusion was real, and I'm trying to figure out, was it me tripping?
yeah, yes. Wait a minute, real quick, 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set up the chat on my jump. Yeah, there we go.
I know it ain't two people here staring at me.
Can y'all at least drop a like? At least drop a like in the chat.
Oh man, who faces is in these screenshots? Hold on. For somebody try to flag me.
Ooh, oh yeah. You know they famous for doing that, yeah.
Oh, alright, these my booze. They ain't gonna mind. It's just that Deanna food junkie. They not gonna trip. Cause the point is to show the screenshot. Is there
Mm.
a way to make this bigger?
What you say? Is there
Can
any
you
way to
read
do
that?
what?
I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger.
Ah, make it bigger. Mhm.
Munchball, let me make sure she not blocked too. She shouldn't be, but just in case.
It's nothing personal. We just want to get some things.
Now, we just left me and Pam live, right? And I was not trying to be rude, but y'all gotta understand when y'all say certain stuff, you are subscribing to what you subscribe to. Don't pray for me, okay? And the reason I say that is because until you do your research and really look into spirituality, religion, go back in history and learn about all the stuff that they have taken away from us, the information that people are getting mixed up, this white demon, this demon in general that y'all are praying to. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on me. So I was okay at first, but when you tell somebody you're praying for them and you gonna go to heaven, like, nah, I don't subscribe to that. And
Right.
you cannot force feed people your religion. Period. Now, when we talk about God, God couldn't be anything in the eyes of any of us.
That's true.
Your God might be yellow. Another person's God may be a tree.
Right. And given how people running around here idolizing celebrities, and idol is only another word of God that means God. You know, like
And
when you
it
meet
definitely
somebody
talks
that
about
you want to meet.
religion because it's been around, but only but for so long.
Right.
Definitely be talking about Christianity.
Right.
I
Exactly.
fact, let's look it up. Let's put it on the screen. When
And I mean, just to be clear though, we're not saying that your religion is wrong and now what we believe in is right. Only thing that we're saying is that I mean, it's people out here in this world that don't believe the same thing, that don't subscribe to the organized, and that's what I call it, organized religion. Um, when I say that, I don't mean any disrespect. It's just that I've been there, I've done that, and I chose to take another path. That doesn't mean that I don't believe in a higher power. And that doesn't mean that, you know, your feelings and thoughts about how you feel about religion is not valid. We're not saying that. We're just simply saying is that, you know, we tend not to subscribe to it, pretty much.
Listen, us as a community, we gotta eventually start looking for the truth and stop being lost for more hundreds of years to come.
Mhm.
Seriously. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that. A lot of people get fearful when it comes to religion and stuff like that. But before y'all get an attitude or start prejudging, please do your research because I cannot debate with you if you have
Mm.
not done your work.
Right, and that was just basically like what you were saying. We was in a views live, and you was like, "Well, with God, what's up in heaven? I don't want to go to heaven." And people was just like, "What?" And
Okay?
like,
And
I
Mo,
totally got it though. I totally got it when you said it. But everybody ain't gonna come to the same conclusion. So respectfully, agree to disagree.
and let's get to it, right? So the esoteric metaphysical meaning of heaven, heaven, the heaven Christ consciousness, the realm of the divine mind, a state of consciousness in harmony with the thoughts of God. God, as far as not a person,
Mm,
okay? Not a person. Heaven is everywhere present.
mm,
It is the orderly, lawful adjustment of God's kingdom in man's mind, body, and affairs. It is within you.
mm. Which that also says that in the Bible as well. But go on.
And we always talk about how we listen. When we talk about stuff like this, we're not talking just about because we read. You have to read the Bible too. That's just like I tell y'all all the time. The Book of Psalms is a book of spells.
Mm-hmm.
With
It's
people
fine.
running around here talking about wishes
Right,
and spells and rituals, but yet you go to church and you drink the blood and you eat the body.
right. It's a ritual.
Don't y'all walk up to an altar at church?
Right. And I mean, another valid point that you made, and you was like, if you believe in the Bible, whatever your religion is, and you believe that you'll go to heaven, or whatever the case is, but most people ain't taught to think of it as we are souls, we're energy. Even though we learned this in school, this is like what, fourth grade, uh, a fourth grade lesson.
Hmm.
Like, we're energy. Everything is energy. They tell you everything is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be moved.
And if we are energy, why do people keep saying what they're saying? We don't die. This is a body. This is the vehicle. This is the flesh that we're in.
Right,
This is the spaceship that people keep talking about.
right,
This is the human spaceship that brought us here.
right.
So let me finish reading because I think I made it bigger. Let me know if it got bigger, y'all.
Yeah, it got a little bit bigger.
All right, because I want people to be able to see.
It's big enough to read it.
But that's another thing too. People love to get into conversation when it's about something that's foolish, but when you trying to educate your people,
Right.
when you trying to open the eyes of your people, people don't want to hear it.
Hmm.
I'm trying to get you out the sunken place, sis.
Right. And I mean, when people when you respond the way that you responded, people tend to take it and go and look at it as, you know, like, what do you mean? They automatically take it as a negative connotation, like, oh, well, all right, so what do you believe in? And if you don't subscribe to none of that, it must be the work of the devil. It like, hey, Huggy.
Hey, Huggy.
That video, side note though, that video that you made, Huggy, this is the song that never ends. It almost took me out. I'm trying to tell you. It almost took me out. But anyway though.
Hey, Huggy, look, I had to dig in my bag real quick because people don't want to have real conversation. You know what I'm saying? When y'all and
I'm
people
hitting on
chest
you.
and
Hey
stuff,
Munchbar.
stop. Don't tell me what to subscribe to unless you've done your work.
Mm,
Because if you really think about it, just like how people say we're in the matrix and stuff like that, right? If
mm,
you think you're going to hell, guess where you gonna go?
right. This is true.
Everything is about thought. Once you have a thought, that thought turns into what?
Right. And little if people realize it or not, I want to put you on to some shit at the end of the day. And this is about the bussy. At the end of the day, you can't say that he didn't speak what's happening right now into existence. And the thing about it is that regardless if you like or dislike the situation, like or dislike how it was created and progressed and started, at the end of the day, you cannot say that that wasn't a direct example of manifestation. If you
Hmm.
think it and you speak it, then it shall be. You
And I need
can't.
people to understand this. And I know y'all may not be ready. Everybody don't be ready to hear stuff like this. So I understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the same time, I'm gonna need for my people to wake up. When they said the sun walked on water, let me show you what they talking about. Hold on, let me read this first because I'm getting ahead of myself.
Go ahead.
So the metaphysical meaning of hell, right, is purifying fires. Okay,
Yes, Huggy.
when they say hell, they're not talking about anything but the sun, heat. Okay, it's what you're going through. Exactly, Huggy. It's the yin and the yang. And I try to tell people that all the time. It's going to be exactly what you think it is. But let's get to this walked on water. The sun walked on water. Let me show y'all what the sun is walking on water. The Jesus walking on water. Okay? Okay. This is how y'all doing it. Like he's standing on water, right? This is what it really means.
Mm,
To the right. You see that to the right there?
yep. Because the religion, the original religion, was set up that the sun, the actual sun, is what y'all read now. It's easier to believe in an image of a man than it is something that you watch and you see rise and set and see every time you walk out your door, depending on where you live,
I
depending
think
on what
hell
part
is
you
on
live.
earth. That's exactly what it is. Look at all the stuff we're going through.
Mm, yeah.
Earth is nothing but a place that we come to have new experiences, whether good and bad. And a lot of people need to understand in the spiritual realm, there's not all of these words for all of this stuff.
Right.
In the spiritual realm, they're not saying evil and good. They're not saying stuff like that. In the spiritual realm, it's just it's an experience.
Hmm. We are souls having a human experience.
Heaven is beyond Antarctica and inside the North Pole. For all we know, heaven is a place you can't identify unless you experience death. Exactly. And not just that, it's not even death, it's just you leaving your vessel.
Yeah, but death is right, exactly.
Because we don't die. We
Exactly.
die.
We're energy. We're
The
pure
flesh,
energy.
the flesh dies.
Right.
Now let's go to that. And all of this stuff you can look up on your own in your spare time. Does energy die? Energy does not die. It simply transforms. Have no fear of transition. Period.
Right. It's no different than you experiencing something for the first time in your life. Pick a moment from your life, and that's it's exactly the same thing.
Now,
Exactly, Huggy. Exactly.
here you go right here. If energy is never created nor destroyed, does that mean our spirit or energy never dies?
Mm.
Life is energy. A thought is energy.
Right.
Speaking is energy. All of it
Right.
is energy.
Right.
That's why they came out with movies like The Matrix.
Mm. And another thing, what was I going to say about the another thing about religion? People believe in reincarnation, but they look at it really crazy when we say we're souls having a human experience.
Hmm.
We're energy. We cannot be destroyed. Energy, it just goes from what it came from.
That's
Same.
it. That's all.
Yeah. Simple.
What makes me so mad is that they put y'all in a state of fear where it makes you not even want to look into this stuff because it's so fearful
Hmm.
of shying away from what you've been taught to look at all your life. And I also need y'all to understand that they took the Bible and made our ancestors follow this and get beat by it and accept it for their benefit.
Right. And also, if you want to see the original books, go. Well, you can't go now, given what's going on with the coronavirus. But I would suggest that everybody put on their bucket list to go to Egypt. In Egypt, if you look on the walls in Egypt, you will see the same stories depicted on the walls that's in the Bible. The same thing. The Immaculate Conception, Noah's Ark, uh, all of it. Like it closely follows, but they won't teach you that in school. They won't allow you to exactly free your mind. And the thing about it, when you're in school and you're supposed to be getting taught knowledge and things that you'll need and history and things like that, they won't teach you that. They won't teach you, like they'll touch on it and they'll be like, oh well, it was Pharaoh Tutankhamun or it was Cleopatra, but they don't tell you about the nine pharaohs that were women. They were queens, African queens that um had the most successful prosperity as far as being pharaohs, and they weren't even men. They were women.
Hmm.
They were women. Go look it up. You don't have to take my word for it. So like all this, Hey Tony.
Hey Tony. Hey Dazzle. Dazzle that Tarot. I seen you from somewhere. That's what's up, my fellow Washingtonian. Hey Boo. Oh yeah, we getting into it this morning because people don't understand. Like, I really do want my people to wake up. It is time. We cannot continue to be willfully ignorant about this stuff, y'all.
Right, and this situation that's going on now, as far as the coronavirus, is making people more willfully ignorant. Like people didn't believe. Like people at first, when it first happened, and people was hearing about it, people were like, "Oh my God, it's a new virus. It's a new, you know what I'm saying, thing that's going on." When in actuality, the coronavirus is a form of the common cold.
Yep.
It is the form of the common cold. But the thing about this strain of the common cold, much like the flu, is that this bad boy was genetically engineered.
Yep.
Okay? Because you can explain to me how the common cold for animals all of a sudden drops, and now it can be transmitted to humans. Now it's airborne.
And what's the conversation we got into? If it's airborne, that means we all gonna die. Period. Point blank.
Exactly.
Something
That's
that's
just
airborne gonna spread across everywhere. It don't have nothing to do with touching anything.
right. That's just like saying like we're already infected, but because some of us have good immune systems, some of us have already had and have grown up to have good or decent, you know, hygiene. It doesn't affect it. Like before we got on live, I told Goddess here in Maryland and Baltimore City. Baltimore City is the only town that's not infected with the coronavirus. All the counties are getting it. All the surrounding counties and everything is getting it. Whole time, Baltimore is clean. Baltimore City, and anybody know, or if you heard from word of mouth, Baltimore City is this is like the bad
Hold
place
up, that's
to
down
go
the
in
street
the
from
hood.
me. That is down the street from me, Dazzle. My bad, madam.
No, you good. It's the
Girl,
hood,
that is too
but
close to
it's the only
home.
place that's clean. There's no cases of the coronavirus nowhere in the city. So what is that telling you?
Hmm.
Look at the places where the coronavirus is being spread.
Hmm.
And then it falls back to religion too, because people was like, oh, we just gonna pray and pray for our family. It's okay to send positive vibes and good energy out there to the people that you love and things like that, but understand you can't just sit and look at the TV or read a news article or anything like that and just take it for its word. Obviously, the orange in chief is lying to us. Obviously, he's already been tested for coronavirus. Allegedly, he may have been infected himself.
Exactly.
So,
And did y'all see the video with the dude? He purposely wiped his hands on the microphone. Hold on, let me pull that up.
yeah, from the NBA,
Yes.
he is the reason, that dude, that guy is the reason why the NBA season, the rest of the NBA season is canceled right now. And just like I told my husband, I was like, he the reason. He about to get a whole bunch of hate mail and death threats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he did that. And he did it on camera when the cameras was rolling. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that love NBA. It's a lot of people that love basketball that want to have nothing to do but see their favorite teams play, their favorite players shine. And it's like people got robbed of that because this idiot is running around doing stupid stuff like that. And that was his karma. It was like, oh, you want to mock? you want to mark this virus.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So all right, we gonna show you what it really is. Now you got it. Now you got to be in quarantine. Now the whole entire season of basketball is canceled because of
Yeah.
you. Because of you. Think about it.
And then I just say that yesterday, somebody came in my live yesterday and was saying, "Oh, uh, their name was the coronavirus."
Hmm. And people are taking it lightly. You have to understand. It's been reports out there that it's only affected older people and people with underlying conditions, mainly older people and stuff like that. Nursing homes, people in that range in that region. So you got to look at it for what it is. Why is it only attacking older people, people with underlying pre-existing, excuse me, health conditions? You got to take that into account as well. You can't just sit there and be like, oh well, we don't know what's happening. Or as they say, I'm gonna say it like this: as they say when I was growing up in the church, if you ain't right with the Most High, or insert the name of your favorite religion,
Mm-hmm.
you better get right.
That's what you see what I'm saying. He was mocking it, making a brought that. People don't understand. If y'all see,
Yeah,
let me tell y'all this. If y'all could see y'all energy, then maybe people would take it a little more seriously. But I guess by us saying it and you not realizing how much energy you hold
how much
and how much
power?
energy goes into manifestations, I just wish that y'all could see the energy radiating from y'all bodies, and then maybe people would take it a little more seriously when
Right,
we talk about stuff like this.
right. And you know what, Huggy, you may have something. You may have something. Be on something there, because there's no secret that Bill Gates owns a virus,
Okay, let me look it up.
the same exact one that hit Africa. He owns that
What's his name?
virus.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Bill Gates, he owns a virus. When all that stuff in the what was that swine flu that was breaking out in Africa and everything, and you heard reports of the tribes people burning down their own bridges, killing the UN workers, the missionaries. What you think they was doing? I mean, people who call it conspiracy theory, I mean, call it what you want. But there is no way in the world you're going to make me believe a man with that much money and that much power in the world, who claims to want to help humanity and save lives, is the very man that has a patent for a very serious viral virus. Y'all can't tell me that it ain't something wrong with that.
Mm, mm, mm.
Does anybody know what the Georgia Guidestones is?
Oh, I thought I was showing y'all the video the whole time. Now,
There.
now look, y'all can see now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Exactly, there's and what they don't understand is if you telling kids to stay inside, you can't leave their kids at home like that.
Right. People have to
Now
work. If
watch
we
what
don't
this
work,
dummy do. He apologizing now, but see, this is what happened when people take shit as a joke.
right.
Look at this. Wipe, 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 wipe. Like, are you serious?
And they thought it was funny. You see the dude in the black shirt? He thought it was hilarious. Look at his face when he turned around.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that it is hilarious to do that. Do you know how much negative energy he manifested
Yep.
in that one action that he did?
And look, all three of them laughing. That's why I don't like followers. Cause they be the same people watch watch you going down.
Yeah, you. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Huggy, at the end of the day, I don't care. Pick your poison. Baseball, basketball, hockey, all of it is rigged. And the best example I can give of that that's recent is when Stephen Curry's wife came out and said it, but everybody dragged her on Twitter and Instagram and all over the world for it. Like, how dare you? But she literally said when Stephen Curry, I think it was when he was doing when they had the playoffs and they were playing because LeBron was on. Was he playing for Miami or was he playing for? I don't remember what team was, but he was playing against LeBron, and they had lost the game, and his wife took to her Instagram or Twitter and was like, "Hey, the game is rigged." You know, she had to retract that statement and make an apology for it
See?
because they don't want you to know. I'm just saying, don't believe everything you see and you hear in word of mouth. If you want to know what's actually going on and you want to know what we're talking about instead of just straight off the back dismissing it, look it up in the book. I posted I posted something on Facebook yesterday.
Real quick, is Munchball still in here?
Is who much ball? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her. Um, I don't see her at all. But yeah, I posted something yesterday where it's an actual textbook where they talk about germs and strings of viruses. And lo and behold, the coronavirus is in there. And would you believe it's labeled under the common cold?
Hmm. But they keep saying it's another strand of it. We understand that. But
Yeah,
what
we
we trying to
understand
explain
that.
to y'all is
But
that these vaccines they're giving you a virus. That's what a vaccine is.
right, exactly. It's nothing. Anytime you have gotten a vaccine in your life, whether it be measles, mumps, chickenpox, uh, anything, it is nothing but them putting a virus in your body. That's why usually when people get flu shots, they still wind up getting sick because they're actively introducing the virus that you're trying to avoid into your body so that your body can build up an immune system to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. That's like having a snake bite. How do you fight a snake bite? How do you fight the poison? You fight poison with poison. Right there, so right, Denia.
And I need y'all to understand this also for the Jesus lovers in here. When y'all talk about praise Jesus and stuff like that, y'all are praising a deity
Yeah,
or a specific person. I wouldn't call them a deity, but
right,
a specific energy.
right,
A lot of people take it as if we're praying to real people, and we are not.
right,
When we say ancestors, the ancestors are the energy of the people who have gone before us.
right. But that's
How
all.
dare she ruin fantasy? Everyone is not meant to be woke.
Yeah, and you know, I would equate that to all of us being time, all of us being alarm clocks. Everybody's alarm clock is not going to go off the same time as everybody else's.
Hmm.
It's not. It's just not. We all get up at different times of the day. So
Right, Huggy. And that's what I be saying. A lot of these movies, because people are looking at it once again in human form and
exactly.
not looking at it spiritually.
Hmm.
If you are energy, if you are a soul, you are spirit, you are energy, then that's how you should be looking at it.
Right.
Just like when people talk about the devil. Let's get into that.
Mm. Which parts you want to go to?
Girl, you say devil, people start twitching and shaking and
And that's another thing. When people be having the Holy Ghost, and people be like, "Well," so one person told me, they was like, "Well, when I'm in church, I hear the word and I get the Holy Ghost and this, that, and the third." That's not nothing but your ancestors taking temporary dwelling in your body,
that's it.
because you're manifesting your energy. You're pouring your energy into the atmosphere. What you think that's gonna happen? Seriously. This is a plague virus type that's going to show us who is really here to help humanity. Exactly, Dazzle.
Look at that.
Exactly.
The devil, the deceiving face of mind, your brain, your thought form,
Right.
in man,
Right.
us, human flesh
Right.
that has fixed ideas, which is your thought form, in
Mhm.
opposition to the truth.
AKA your lower self. When you have
Thank you.
doubt, when you feel discouraged and you have doubt and you have no hope, no sympathy or nothing, that's basically my interpretation. That's what it is. It's your lower self,
Hmm.
not your higher self.
And that's where meditation comes from. Meditation is for you to sit there and try to reach a point of silence to stop your thought form, because your thoughts, that's pretty much what we're here for.
Exactly. And I mean, look, that goes hand in hand too, because when you think about it that way, you have to sit there and also think about the products that we use. And the reason why I say that is because I'll give you an example. The television, right? Television,
Programming.
programming, predictive programming. Understand what it is. Understand that the reason why the songs nowadays don't sound the same as the songs back in the day when we was growing up is a straight product of just lowering and raising frequencies. It's like a dog whistle for humans,
Hmm.
if I had to describe it.
And that's like another thing how people say, "Oh, I don't talk to myself." You talk to yourself every day, even if you
Yes,
don't
you
want
do.
to.
Yes, you do.
Just
And
the simple thought of you thinking inside your brain, "Oh man, I
exactly.
gotta do this today." That's a thought.
Right, exactly.
That's you
Or
speaking to yourself.
right. Or when you rushing out the house and you was like, "Where's my keys?" And you sitting there, you trying to think. You're literally conversing with yourself.
Hmm. To be honest, if you believe in past lives like I do, you would not believe in any form of religion, because in one life you can believe in Christ, in the second life you might be into voodoo. And then that's the thing. We all that's where reincarnation comes from. That's
Right,
where when they say you have to keep coming back here till you learn your lesson, because we not remembering that we are no thing. We
right,
are nobody. Y'all got to start paying attention to these words.
right,
Nobody, nobody. Your flesh. We are nobody after the flesh is dead.
right.
And the thought form and why they say meditation is so important is because your thought form is the main thing holding you back. Your insecurities,
Right.
holding on, wanting to be a follower.
Right.
All of that stuff ties into whether you're going to be right back here or not.
Right.
And,
And
and if you say you believe in hell, when you die, you're going to go exactly to what you think you need.
exactly.
Or you going
Exactly.
to, or either that or you're going to be in purgatory.
Yeah. And again, you gotta look at it. Anything is a manifestation. How many times, and this is for my people that then really went through a struggle. How many times have you went through something and it was getting past the point that it was a deadline or something like that,
Hmm.
and you just sitting there and you thinking and you sitting there and you thinking and you praying and you sitting there, and then all of a sudden, almost at the last moment, it all work out.
And that's what I was saying too. Okay, so this conversation arose because I was in Mint Pam chat and whoever it was, which no disrespect at all, but they kept saying we all need to pray. We all need to. I hope all y'all go to heaven, stuff like that. And y'all gotta understand, everybody is not a Christian. Everybody's not religion based.
Right.
And when you speak words like that, from my point of view, I don't want you speaking that still on me
Right.
because the heaven you may believe in is not the heaven I believe in.
Right. And again, you also got to ask that question too. Are you uh I'm gonna just use Christianity as an example. Are you Christian because you chose to be Christian, or are you Christian because you were brought up in a Christian home, because it was taught to you?
And
Regardless.
that's what I'm saying. My bad, madam, because
No.
she said I believe in source, which is God, and that's why that's why I said my God is not your God, because you might think it's this man walking on water, but I'm thinking of it as just
Right.
source energy.
Right. Look at look at Native Americans. People often get it misconstrued that when they do their chants and their dances and things things of that nature and stuff like that, it's like they calling on deities and this, that, and the third. No, they're giving praise and honor
Hmm.
to the things that they have to sustain them. Like if they pray for it to rain, please
Right,
bless
we're
the
not
rain.
praying
They're
to a specific
manifesting.
person. We're not
Right.
praising to them like, "Ooh, if we didn't have them, we wouldn't know what to do." No, that's
Right.
not what
But
we're
it's just
doing.
right, but it's just pure manifestation. They're manifesting it.
Hmm.
Just like you can cast in good energy, you can cast out bad energy too.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of ways that you can look at it and things like that. But spirituality, you got to think about it. And this is the one thing that turned me away from being a spiritual person, as far as subscribing to a religion or a cult, depending on how you look at it, is because for the simple fact, okay, I subscribe to this religion, but do you know the history of your religion? I'm not talking about what's in the Bible. I'm talking about all the trials and tribulations that happened and how it got established, or whatever the case may be. Because if you want to think about Christianity, you can thank the Council of Nicaea for that. You can thank Roman Emperor Constantine for that. Okay, and they used to persecute Christians and take them in the Colosseum and feed them to lions or whatever wild animal that they hadn't fed in a couple of days. that they had locked up in the cage at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, same thing with Muslims.
She
So,
said we do need to pray, which is a form of meditation, right? But the praying, we not praying to a specific person. We not
right,
praying. We not praying to a demon. And,
right.
and once y'all really do jump in the rabbit hole and start looking into this stuff, and y'all start seeing who y'all praising, you will be so pissed off
Mm,
because y'all been keeping this demon running up and alive for centuries.
right. Basically, it's again,
That
uh,
nigga Jesus got the motherfucking juice.
movies will tell you everything that you need to know that they are hiding from us. Believe it or not, if I had to use an analogy, I would use Freddy Krueger as an analogy, just to use it as an example. Because the thing with Freddy is they locked all the kids up and gave them psycho drugs to stop them from dreaming.
And that's where you want to go.
You follow me?
You
They gave them
when
these
you sleep,
drugs so
that's
they could
that's
stop
another
dreaming.
realm you go into. Go ahead,
Exactly.
madam.
Hello, you right there with me, goddess. You understand it, so they can stop dreaming because spirits, souls have the power to. You can actually jump out of your body.
Astral travel.
You can
Hmm.
astral travel. You'll have the most weird and extravagant dreams, and people are not even. You'll not even like remember it, or you'll think like it got to be a nightmare or something like that, or whatever the case is. But think about it. Freddie could not
I love y'all.
right. Freddie could not exist because the kids didn't have any. The drugs was blocking their flow,
Hmm.
their energy flow, and he only came out of the dream when they went to sleep and they were able to sleep in astral project and all of that.
Hmm.
Watch y'all movies, man. Movies, look, movies will tell you whatever everything you need to know is in the movies. I'm trying to tell you. It go much deeper than the folding of the US money to look like dude told me about the corona, said Jesus coming back. I said, nigga, we barely can breathe. Say, tell that Jesus nigga to hurry up. Laughing my ass off.
But that's another thing. Listen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let, let's
Good
get real,
Lord.
real quick, right? All this Jesus coming back stuff, right? If
Ah,
Jesus, if Jesus so
Savior.
real, you don't think he would have came back and proved the point by now? Y'all don't think he would have came back and proved the point by now? Huh?
Again, we're not saying that it isn't a higher power that doesn't exist because there is a higher power that governs over everything. I just don't like the fact to call him God. Even if you switch the word God um up, switch the words around, what does it mean?
Hmm.
God, if you about to like this one because you like the way I say this word. If you switch the letters of God around, you get the word dog.
Hmm.
DOG. God means idol. Idol means worship. In the Bible, it says, you should not worship any graven image, God, or deity other than me.
Hmm.
I grew up in the
Oh,
church.
Oh, that ain't it though. Think about think about the word human.
Yeah, hue,
Hue man.
man.
What is the definition of a hue? Let's look that up.
Mm.
A
Uh,
color or shade.
yep.
We are nothing but a bunch of hues, okay? Because from thought, once a thought is manifested into physical reality. So from these two eyes and not our third eye, we are seeing hues, which also goes back to
You know what? You know what, Huggy? He said this ninja ain't come back for Vietnam War, Korean War, 1776, Arab and European slave trade, the takeover of Kemet. Hello, the Persian War, the Battle of Hiroshima, etc. But he coming back.
okay.
Right, and the Dazzle, you know what? Dazzle said we worship money more than it's nothing but an IOU. Ones, fives, tens, fifties, dollars. That's nothing but a gold was the standard trade. You have to go back to when they were using cockle shells in Africa as currency.
All of
The
this
same
at the
thing.
end of the day is nothing
Everything
but
else underneath for the
astrology.
sun used to
It's
be
astrology and it's dealing with the planets. It's astrology. It's dealing with the planets. Just like when they say it's a full moon, the planets are always
yeah.
moving. The planets dictate how we gonna feel, what
Mm-hmm.
may happen in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
or if we wake up one day and just get to cursing people out.
Right. You praying for a promissory note. I owe you. Yep. That's what people pray for.
And not just that, how messed up is it to have somebody make you believe you going through all this torture and pain and y'all just, ooh, please help me. Please.
How do you believe and sit there and can defend the notion that somebody died for our sins?
What are sins? That's another thing. Cause y'all gotta understand all of these words are made up. And a lot of times we be using these words and don't even realize we casting spells on ourselves. Just like when they talk about a curse word. What is a curse? The definition of a curse is what? So why would you tell me I'm saying a curse word for a word that was made up in the first place?
Right. Right.
Yeah, we even pray for money, girl.
The
Like,
English
girl.
language is nothing but a combination.
And not just that, when did the letter J even matter of fact, let me pull that up real quick.
The letter J was not commonly used until the mid, late, or early between the mid late 16th 1700s. Was it 16, 17? Something like that.
Okay. December 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Star in the east. Birth of God's Son at winter solstice. The sun gets
Yes.
over both deities' heads, right? Sirius is Greek for Osiris, which is Offset, which is Isis.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay?
Like
The
people
Christians
got
worship the sun. No, of course not. But their belief is not only holy and it has a root in ancient sun worship, which what I keep telling y'all, that's why I said y'all got to sit and really have a conversation because we're not saying that the whole Bible is wrong. What we're saying is that you're looking at it wrong in the wrong context.
you're interpreting it wrong.
It's not about this man actually walking on water. It has to do with your soul, your
Right. And
spirit.
let's address also the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Where the woman at?
Hey,
Trust
Trina.
me, this ain't what I'm about to say ain't no feminist rant. Where is the woman? The true Holy Trinity, if you go by Egyptian law, is the man, the woman, and the child, hence the Ankh, the circle.
The yin and the yang.
Right,
The the
exactly.
the female. I lost my train of thought. The
Oh, much ball still in here.
Munchball. All right, y'all. I gotta get off topic real quick. Munchball, look at this. This is what we was telling you. I just gotta get off topic real quick, y'all. When we said you was in the chat, this is what we was talking about. Can you see that? This is why we was confused in Manpam Live. Hold on, y'all. We gonna get back real quick, but since Munchball here, I need to make sure she can
Right,
see what I was telling
but
her.
let's be clear. We never had an issue with you. The issue was never with you. I don't know why you would think that we would have an issue with you. Um, as far as I can remember, we never really came out and said anything negative towards you. And personally, myself, because I can only speak for myself, I never had an issue with you. I
Mm-hmm.
always thought that you were a nice person. It was just like a thing like you just fell off, you know? It wasn't
That
no
was
it wasn't no ill will or no bad blood towards you or talking about behind the scenes or whatever the case was, and it was never any of that. So
right there. So it's for the Kundalini, and I wish people understand that because with them looking at it through physical form, that's why everybody's so confused.
right.
But I
And
put the link in there because I want you to see this is what you wrote to us on this live that night, and we were confused.
right.
The other Munchbar blocked me. Trina, she said it was the wrench.
Mm.
Hey, Dazzle.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys this morning?
Good. I just
Good.
had to get a couple things out the way. I'm waiting for Munchbar. I want her to click the link too because she confused me in Pam chat. And
Oh, damn.
I really want y'all to understand. Get to know me for yourselves, please. Stop listening to other people about me. Because if I'm acting a certain way towards them, it's for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So
Black Swan,
Grand
baby.
Rising Black
Tay,
Swan.
Hmm?
what happened in the chat? I missed that. So I
Okay,
logged
so
in. I just be
I'm
chilling.
about to read it. Okay. So I was trying to figure out. Here you go. Hold on. All right. Hey, you here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the screenshots I got. You said goddess. Let me start from the first one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why haven't you been talking to me? I ain't do nothing to you. You said goddess. No, I didn't. Plus, whole idea I picked at one person was Natasha Bartley with Ho behind the scenes with Pork Ryan's person. Okay, plus I didn't know what club Chet was then. And I'm looking and reading and I'm like, what did that have to do with me?
You know, the whole behind the scenes thing with that whole makeup challenge and everything else that started.
Oh wow.
The makeup talent.
You
Oh yeah.
remember? And you know when what's her name came up in here once and she acted like nothing happened. Well, we'll leave that part out. But
Oh, I know
you
what
made a
you're talking
title
about.
about a video that said Natasha B. And that's
I
when
don't
they
want
came to
1 second. I
the
don't want to say nobody's real name, so whoever just sent that, thank you.
okay.
But I'm listening. Go ahead, my son. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. But you know, she was sent up there um you know, trying to get somebody to make a video about you at the time.
Who?
It was nothing. It was like last year.
And she was trying to get somebody to make a video about me.
Remember? It was mostly about her at that point, but you know, I was trying to point that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, she over there modding back with pork rind. So,
Who is
you
Pork
know,
Rinds?
I think she talking about the musky centipede.
yeah,
Okay, because I'm like, girl, I'm lost.
yeah,
She talk about the musky centipede from
yeah,
Ohio.
Okay.
yeah.
Now, okay, so my thing is this, right? I just want from this point
The
going
the
forward, and
the
this
the
not just with you,
the liar,
you
Okay,
breaking up,
the
madam.
accuser.
Madam, you breaking up, boo.
yeah.
And this goes for my chat and whoever sees this video in the future. If y'all feel that I don't like you or I've done something to you, please come to me and let me know so that I'm aware.
Right.
Because a lot of times I don't be even knowing what's going on. Because and that's why I pulled the screenshots up because I was like, what? I couldn't understand.
Right. And
Even Natasha Bartley and all that, I was confused. I was confused.
right. The
Cause you know
fact,
that was the one that said that you were gonna take flight. Remember?
yeah, remember because I remember that because she was in our live. Natasha Bradley was in our live, and we was having out one of our regular long lives, and then she ran right back over there to the musky centipede and was like, "Ooh, girl, yeah, they talking about catching flights to fight." But
Oh,
we
it was
wasn't
before or after we were laughing at her getting
getting locked
cuffed
up.
by the
Exactly.
police. Yeah.
Exactly. Because Natasha Bradley was also the one that went over there and said that we was making fun of her because of that video that she it's not our fault that she didn't see the police riding behind her for a good 10-15 minutes.
Exactly.
That was not our fault. We did not do that, honey.
You
That was
see
in
how
the
that universe
cars.
work, girl?
That was in the cars, girl.
Hmm.
Like,
Right.
Ashe.
I'll show.
Yeah.
But look, it Yeah. It wasn't. It look.
Yeah,
Yeah. At
it
the
was not.
yeah, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really nothing. Like we was just stuck. Like, oh damn, what happened?
Yeah,
It wasn't nothing personal. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm pretty sure I can say safely that nobody had an issue with you. It was never a thing like, we said it was like, oh, we don't like Munchbar, we don't deal with Munchbar. It was never that type of mood vibe.
Yeah, my problem was with the person that you were close to because she became controlling and I just had to push away from it because she wanted me to cut a lot of people off.
yeah, I understand what you're trying to say.
You feel me? So, and that goes back to we are all grown adults. If I choose not to mess with you no more, I have every right to. That's like somebody punching you in the face and you say, nah, let me just stay right here in the same place until my eye get black. No, I'm going to move.
Right.
We and people need to understand that on this platform and in real life too. We have the choice to deal with who we want to deal with. We can leave and not be bothered whenever we feel like it.
Right.
I want to add that in. I don't understand some of these subscribers. Like, they feel like, I don't know, they feel like you have to, these are just content creators. Like, they're not a gang. You don't have to affiliate yourself.
Mm.
And that's what it started to become because it was like, oh God, it's nah, you gotta cut her off. It's like, but I'm cool with all y'all. Like that's why I made the hangouts for us to be able to talk, build rapport, have fun, laugh, and it turned
Support,
into a whole big
moral
old mess.
support. It wasn't never a thing like. And then the thing about it that really irritated me was because it was this stigma put out there about us, like, oh yeah, well they be talking about the chats, honey. We don't talk about nothing that don't nobody else talk about when they in somebody else.
Everybody's talking about the chats.
Okay.
And
Everybody.
everybody talk about the chats.
Come on now. I mean,
Girl,
Yeah,
one big huge contradiction, I'm telling you.
And
I'm
I'm
trying to figure out. Like, I'm sorry, but that makes me mad because I feel like it's a lot of it's alphas and betas, right? But I feel like it's a
right.
lot of betas, kappas, whatever the hell, in this section that is retarded. Like,
Yep.
it's like as a content creator, we're just giving out content. But see, that's another thing. I did an actual reading on
Mhm.
the state of YouTube and the beef sector. And you know what I got now? Y'all know how to read tarot cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I got for the state of Black YouTube in this
Don't say the
sector?
sour call, girl.
No, I got the full wands in reverse. Clarified by the moon card.
Mm, mm.
And you tell me what the hell that means.
Ooh.
I can tell you what it means. It's a lot of bullshit going on. All this whole section is going to hell because it's too much behind the scenes going on. It's too many two-faced people on here. And not only that, a lot of this stuff is manufactured, like you guys were saying, it really is. They be behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes talking too much, and then these subscribers, they go from platform to platform carrying your business. And then it's a mental illness too, because like I said, they'll see an alpha person being a content creator, and the mental illness tells them that they're really friends in real life.
Yep.
Right.
And they're not friends with these people in real life, and they need to stop acting like they are.
Which goes back to what I said because they get controlling. Like, if y'all don't even understand what I went through behind the scenes with some of these people, if I didn't call them, it was, I told you to call me. I told you to, listen, I got a family of my own. I can't sit on the phone with you all day.
I don't want to curse on your platform. I can curse on your platform, right? If
Yeah,
you're not
I was
doing,
about to say send me a cash app, but go ahead.
but I'm just saying because if you're not doing the three F's, if you're not financing, fucking, or feeding me, why am I so up your ass and you're only a content creator on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the thing about that, anybody has the ability to start their own channel. Anybody has the ability to become a content creator or remain a subby or remain in the bushes. Like that's the thing about it. Nobody should you shouldn't have to feel forced to show your allegiance to a person that you've never even seen in real life.
Hmm.
Basically.
But
Just
it's real, and y'all don't even understand how deep it get. Like I had two people fighting over me
that was crazy.
to the
Now
point where
that
my husband was like, "Wait, what's really good?"
that was crazy. If I wasn't there and didn't experience that with my own eyes and my
You
own
couldn't believe
ears,
it, girl.
I would not believe that though.
They was like, "Yeah, I can't stand her. Cut her off." Then on the other side, well, I just want to be your friend. I'm like, yeah, like y'all. See, that's why I said when y'all people that get up here and pre-record their videos, they not interacting with y'all like that. We get on here for hours at a time, spending time talking to y'all, getting to know y'all, sending y'all well wishes, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
to a point where it's like, oh, because we're a little more open, because we can see the live chat, we could bring y'all on here, and then it's like y'all get some type of
Y'all feel like y'all know us. Like I don't know. Like it feels like to me like a lot of these people they refuse to actually like live their own life. So they're compensating on YouTube. So
Right.
when they're compensating on YouTube, it makes it seem like you can get lost in cyberspace and really feel like this is reality. So they know you for a fact.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean it just like stop giving people so much power.
And not
Please.
just that, stop holding us to the fire. Like sometimes people just don't get along.
Right,
Sometimes people
exactly.
just decide to stop talking. That do not mean, and I keep repeating this to y'all, if I am building a rapport with somebody on here and we have a good relationship, I'm not just going to up and out you. I'm not just going to be recording for like, oh yeah, for when we fall out. I don't do stuff like that. And when I do have receipts from messages and stuff, 99.9% of the time, it's because the person came from me.
Hmm.
And now I have to prove myself because you're not going to make me to be something that I'm not.
Right.
Mm.
And it
Or
gets
it's
sad because it really is like some single white female on here.
right, or it's guilty by association.
Girl, they be trying to just smell the whiff. They just want the whiff of your body, baby. They just want it be like, no.
You
Right.
know what that is? They're leeches. You know what they want to do? They're leeches and they're energy vampires. They want to take from you.
And I
They
tell
want to
people
take
that all
whatever type of energy you got, whatever charismatic energy you got. They need that, but see, they don't know how to get it for themselves. So they need it from
yep. Oh, girl, when you said that, a face popped up in my head.
you.
Mm, 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 mm. Girl, because it really be serious on here. Because when you said that, it really reminded me of somebody. I'm sure Madam know who I'm talking about,
hmm
child, but
Mhm.
it be real on here. And then they
Yeah.
make it feel like they care for you so much, but it be like it's a thin line between liking somebody and being a stalker for somebody.
Right. And then you got the people that you don't deal with anymore that's so butthurt that like they will literally drop dead like they will do everything. And when I say
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you went out, Madam. We can't hear you, boo. But yeah, and that's why I said, going back to what I said, if y'all have, and I don't care if I blocked you or not, if you don't have a personal issue with me or you feel it's a
yeah,
misunderstanding, contact me
All right.
because I really like Munchball. I was so upset because I was like, wait, You used to be in my chat all the time, and I
Yeah,
really felt like I don't want to say her name, but I felt like because she was so close to you, she got you to stray away from me, and I don't like stuff like that.
I just thought you didn't care about me anymore. That's all.
Girl, I care about all my subscribers, but y'all should know
Right.
that because if I didn't, I wouldn't even spend my time even explaining half of the stuff I do. I spent all that shit explaining to everybody that we was all innocent and we had to keep putting out receipts.
Right.
Right?
That's draining.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to have to keep getting up here and saying how real I am. You should see it from the way I act.
Right. And also, let me just say real quick, GGG, it's one thing to have an opinion and let somebody know your opinion, and it's another way of how you deliver your opinion to a person. Everybody is not going to be as understanding and about your opinion if you come off in a certain tone.
Hmm.
I'll just say that. But I totally get what you were saying, and what they said was they say give your opinion, and when you give your opinion and your opinion is not theirs, they block you. Like I totally understand that, but it's also in the way that you translate your opinion to a person.
Because we could all agree to disagree. I just did that on Men Pam chat about Rita.
Right.
Because I feel like to a certain extent you have to take responsibility for your own actions. And until you do so, you would keep going in the same circle of reincarnation. Period.
Right.
Because you're not learning your lesson.
Mhm.
I don't care if you're from the hood or not, you have every right to choose to be a different person.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people that meet me, and I'm from DC, and we talk a certain way, and half the people that meet me be like, "You sure you from DC?"
Right.
Because I don't follow behind what everybody do. But I've been here all my life.
Mhm. You know what they call me? They call me what? You sound like an Oreo.
Hmm.
They try to say I sound like an Oreo. But what am I supposed to sound like? I'm supposed to sound all ratchet.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't follow the mode of everyone else. Now is different. Like no,
Right.
I'm gonna walk in my own life.
Right. But that's the thing. Like people use labels to define what a person is or what something is. Stop putting a label on everything.
Hmm.
Like stop
Yeah.
it. It's only labels are only the only thing that labels do
Just hold you back.
as far as people is it is to divide people. That's it. That's
Hold
it.
on. You're reading, and I said, hold up. Right, Trina. It says you're reading, and I say no. Then the reader goes off on you because you say no.
Well,
What?
I mean, we can't. I think I understand what they trying to say,
Can you explain it? Because I don't.
but you can't. But basically, um, it says you're reading, and then you say, I say no. The reader goes off on you. Well, I mean, well, everybody's not going to agree with your opinion. Everybody's going to act differently. You can't.
Reading like what though? Like dragon?
Are you
Read
talking about
Yeah,
reading? What
I
is
believe. I
reading?
believe that's what they trying to say, like dragon
Oh,
or
they talking about reading somebody. Oh, I get it.
Hey, Shakila, baby.
hey Shakila.
Y'all get it?
Like yeah, I get a sense of it, but like everybody's not going to react the same. Like that's the same thing when people say people respond differently to grief. Everybody's not going to act the same. It's going to be people that's going to be mature about it, and it's going to be people that's going to take the other route about it. So like I mean, pick your poison. If that's your opinion, have your opinion. It's all right to have an opinion. Opinions like ours is. Most people have them. So like
Yeah.
you gotta You gotta, I mean, depending on who you deal with, you just gotta sort that out. Oh, you talking about cards?
Tarot cards? Oh,
You're
what?
reading and I say no, then the reader goes off on you because you say no.
Okay, but this is my whole thing about that. You gotta know the context of that. You can't really like. I kind of
Yeah,
get
'cause
what you're
I'm about
saying,
to
but
explain it real quick. Go ahead, man.
you gotta have like what's the contents of that? Okay, they giving you a reading and you say no. First of all, if you're getting a reading and you've never been exposed to that type of atmosphere, or if you have been exposed to that type of atmosphere, you have people out here that will read tarot cards and
You breaking up, boo. Okay, until she come back, let me explain it like this. A lot of
agree with that, then that's on you. That's not on them.
you breaking up, madam. Right. Now look at this, right? Say you come to get a
That's
tarot
not
read
on
and
them
see.
because at the end of the day, come to you. You came to me.
Okay, I can probably say something about that. Like when you're doing like live readings, I don't know if that's what she's talking about, but if it's like 20 people in the chat and you read and you got to do like free readings or something, because I know I do it. It's like you pull in everybody's energy sometimes, and sometimes it can rub off on you. And then not only that, you might be reading one person, but sometimes in the chat they don't like to wait until their name gets called to ask a question, and
Hmm.
so they'll
And
come in
not just that
solely.
though. Sometimes we will tell you something that's on a reading, and because it doesn't fit what you think it should be, then you want to combat with people about the reading that you got. We are not going to tell you what you want to hear all the time. A lot of people definitely when it comes to like love readings or stuff like that, people want full blown. Yeah, yeah, the dude you was looking at, he wants you too. Like, no, it don't work like that.
And then
I
you
was
have these type of people.
general readings on live and I type no, then the reader gets mad or say, Gigi, can you join the stream? Because I don't understand.
I know a lot of people though. They're like tarot junkies. So they'll go from platform to platform asking the same question every day. So and it's like, what do you want me to tell you? If I told you that this person doesn't want you today and it's not gonna work out, why you think it's not gonna be the same thing tomorrow?
Madam, I see you. You got going, babe.
Oh, I'm on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. I just
No,
wanted
but
to make
and
sure.
that's just like people. First off, you got to be open to reading. That's first off. Second off, a lot of the times when we pulling energy like that or pulling them calls like that, sometimes it's not going to be everything you want it to be.
Exactly. And sometimes people just do that. Like but like sometimes you gotta lose faith in humanity because even when people are seeking help, people will try to take advantage of that as well. Even when they're seeking help for themselves, or whatever the case may be. Because you'll have people out here that will go and get a reading, and a person will do a reading in good faith, and then they'll turn around and be like, "Oh, well, I didn't like it, so I don't feel as though I should have to compensate because
Hmm. That happened to
because
me
I
too.
didn't like."
But
No, don't even do it, guys. I'm going somewhere with this. So because they gave you the wrong answer, or because it wasn't what you want to manifest, understand their job is not to help manifest anything that you want. And secondly, you have to understand a want from a need. Okay, like saying, for instance, I want this guy. I want to see if this guy that I'm interested in, is he interested in me? Can you tell me what my future soulmate, boyfriend slash insert your favorite title is, and how they look or whatever? And when they tell you that and you don't like what they hear, that's not their problem. That's a you problem.
Oh, I got a good example, y'all. I got a real good example that's about to tie into how subscribers act and reading, right? So
Yeah.
I have recently did like a reading for, it's on my channel. It was the whole mob radio beefing with Tasha K, right?
Mm.
Now, here's what somebody, told me. I know that she's not, because I said there's a chance that they could squash it. It is a double chance in here. So I'm like, that's what I got from the reading. I'm just pulling cards and reading what these cards say, right? Because, even though my radio did say that, F Tasha K, this and the third, I pulled the two of cups for her on how she feels about Tasha K. So I said they're coworkers. It's a partnership here. You know what I mean? So I feel like, to be honest, I'm not giving you nothing but what the cards are saying. And you, as a fan of this person, you go on, and because you act like you know this person and you don't, you're going to sit there and tell me I'm wrong. Is it something like that?
And not just that, you know what happens sometimes too? We'll give you a reading, but certain things you want to know don't pop up, so you feel like it's a bad reading, but also that reading might be detrimental as far as something being important that you need to know instead of some BS like who I'm gonna fall in love with. Well, wait, what
Yeah.
person link?
Yeah, like, but this person in my comment section, they was giving me paragraphs after paragraphs. I'm like, I had to do a reading on the person who was giving me them paragraphs, because I said, well, you know what? I want to know the mind of a subscriber. And to be honest, it's like what I really got from her was basically like, you don't know this person for real, and you're compensating your real life for your cyber life. So it's not really, oh, you think I'm right or wrong. You don't want me to be wrong. You don't want me to be right. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I say something you don't like about your favorite, YouTuber or celebrity, you feel like I'm a messed up reader. Like, you see what I'm saying? Or I'm biased. But the truth is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm.
like, or like, if you do a Nicki Minaj reading, do you not know her fans will get mad at you if you don't say nothing but nice things about her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not all, or like, if you do a Cardi B reading, they get mad and they feel like if you don't say nothing but negative things about Cardi B, you're biased. So people need to stop. Like, what do you want me to say?
Right.
That's what I had to tell one of my other people I did a reading for. I said, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. That's not what I'm here for.
Right. And that's the thing that people expect. They like, oh, they want you to tell that you're gonna be financially set and you're gonna be happy and you're gonna find a man or woman or XYZ of your dreams, and you're not gonna have to go through this no more, this, that, and the third. That's not guaranteed.
She's saying we don't understand. I'm trying to get her to click on the stream, y'all, because I'm confused.
Well, pretty much at this point, I'm at a loss, and like you give content and you say let's talk about it in the comments, and the blogger don't like what you said in the comments, and then the blogger gets on the answering all negative comments.
But no, but a lot of, I'm gonna tell y'all this though. It's one thing to state your opinion though, but some of these people in the comment section, they actually come in and say some F stuff, and then get mad because you get mad.
Right.
So, or like, oh, why they block me? Or like, it's always, oh, she blocked me because I posted. Why can't I say what I want to say? What are you saying? Are you saying things to trigger people?
Right. Like I said earlier, you don't know how another person is going to react to what you say. That's just like in real life. If I was to walk up to anybody just random and say something that's nasty and vulgar to them, or I know something that's going to cause a confrontation, you won't get all that energy back. So it's the old saying, talk to people how you want to be talked to. It's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but keep in mind the same energy you put out there, you might just get that same energy back.
No, me, I don't understand. I don't something because they
Cause I be seeing some of y'all comment section on y'all lives and stuff. Like they be like people would say something crazy, get blocked, and then go to somebody else's live and be like, "Oh, she blocked
Praying
me.
the victim.
She blocked
Right.
me."
that's what happened with that girl Flo Becca. She was trolling me and she had caught me at the wrong time one day and I went in on her and then she started working with Seven to lie on me.
You
But you
should
were
know.
trolling me.
Right.
And that's another thing. All these subscribers, all they doing, like y'all said, all they doing is carrying bones. And honestly, people think it's so many people in the sector. You know, it's not that many people in the sector. So to be honest, they talk about, oh, we don't go over to this channel or that channel. It be the same people in each back, almost the same people in every YouTuber beef section's channel.
Hmm.
Say it again.
Yeah, that's true.
It be the
That's
same
true.
people.
And you
And then they
shouldn't
swear
be
to God they don't be there.
right. And you shouldn't be afraid to voice your opinion. You not a, you. I'm hoping that you're not afraid to voice your opinion in real life. Don't. It's nothing. It's nothing to be scared of. Either people are going to like you or people are not going to like you, and people are damn sure going to talk about you to the day you decide to ascend. So like, I mean,
You know what?
you gotta kind of have a
See,
thick skin on
see,
that
you
though.
see,
This
Shakira?
is how you fix this. You know how you fix it? You tell them, look, if you feel like your opinion is not being heard from these different content creators, all you gotta do is go on YouTube, right? And press the record button and record your own shit.
Exactly, Trina.
It
Shakira
ain't
said
that
never
ain't that
knew.
hard. Record your own stuff. Make your own content. Therefore your opinions will be heard. That's how you
Exactly.
fix
Shakira,
that.
Tequila,
Right.
do you know how many times I done came up here? And this is why I get frustrated because a lot of people don't understand that people be messing with me. So
Right.
when I get up here and be like mad and going off, they think it's out the blue. When in actuality, you came over here to me. And
Right.
the crazy part is she said it out her mouth because see, this was around the time I said forget YouTube, and I left. Because I could not understand how she sat up there, said she trolled me, said her and Seven created this whole lie about me, and then she said sorry about it. But my thing is, now look at the situation that you going through with 5A, in which I don't know too much about it. But what I'm saying is, this trolling stuff need to stop because you cannot expect a person when you trolling them or getting rude with them, spiritual or not, you gonna catch somebody on the wrong day.
Right. Exactly.
And she said out her own mouth that I was just trolling her and she had the nerve to curse me out. What?
Mm.
You know what, Trina? See, and you have a point there too. As content creators, we are somewhat responsible for what gets put in the chat. When a person get in their chat and they be like, "Oh, I mean, it's not my fault that they dropped down in the chat and said that," but you have the power to correct that. So why don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the responsibility goes both ways. Because I can tell you right now, anybody that ever came in my chat or has came in Goddess chat, and as me being a moderator on Goddess chat, if you say something out of pocket or out of line, we don't understand. One thing that we'll do, we'll either ask you, can you clarify what you said, what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
If we don't understand or we feel like you being shady or something like that, we're just going and get your ass about the chat. You can just sit in the bushes.
Another example though, ex April.
Watch from that skybox.
Another person where I
Exactly.
approached her directly and said, "Is there a problem?"
Right. And I
Her
and I did
phone died 653 times.
right. And then another thing about her is I didn't even know that she had an issue with me, but she took it upon herself to go and tell somebody else, "Hey, I think this person doxed you."
Hmm.
I have never doxed anybody. And second of all, you cannot dox a public business number. It's a public business number.
Bloop, bloop,
Hey
bloop.
Tracy.
Hey, Shan, baby. Hey,
Hey
Tracy
Shan.
World.
Oh, I didn't even know Shan. Hey Shan. Hey boo.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if we all grown and everybody claiming they so mature, so grown, and all this and that and the other, well, why do you feel intimidated if I drop in your chat asking you directly, is there a problem?
Exactly.
Because clearly you had no problem talking about me.
Right.
I didn't never care for ex April, but she was in my bushes.
Eh,
And then she went on her channel and says, yeah, goddess and sons. So not only are you disrespecting me, you was disrespecting the people on my channel,
okay.
on my panel at the time. So that means whatever they decide to say is on
Okay.
you.
And the
Huh?
thing and the thing about that, she's just an example of a walking contradiction. Because the reason why I say that, if you scroll back through Piggly Wiggly's video catalog,
The
she will
musky
tell you,
centipede.
right, the musky centipede, the I wish I had a black card. If you
Mm,
scroll back through her little raggedy ass excuse me catalog, you will see she said out her own mouth that she used to be over there with the dead lady. She used to drop down and talk to the dead lady. She used to conversate with the dead lady. But yet she turns around once she leaves. She
mm-hmm.
turns around and throws that back on us and was like, "Oh well, y'all was over there. Y'all was mods. This, that, and the third." Hold, push pause, honey. You don't know the whole story.
Yep.
You really don't. So yeah, that's just an example.
One of many.
One of many. Too many to be exact. Too many.
Just like she said, and I caught her in that lie on Brianna's chat where she said, what she said, "Oh, I can talk about what I want to talk about." And the first channel I had, it didn't have nothing to do with Mona. Yes, it did.
That's a lie.
That ex April live channel had full of Mona. Everything was dedicated to Mona.
That ex April Live One
No one
chat
knew about that
channel.
channel until we said, "Hey,
Exactly.
she has a second channel speaking." Like, girl, stop! Don't play in my
Dedicated
face.
to dedicated to Mona. And then once that started getting out of, because clearly she still was watching our lives at that time. What she did was she started putting random videos on there to mix it up, to make it look like, oh, she wasn't just talking to Mona. But if you go over there, she got at least 10 videos about Mona,
Hmm.
probably even more. And that's the tip of the iceberg. You basically came up off of talking about the dead lady,
Hmm.
basically. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You get it how you live, but it becomes a problem when you go and you take and you basically demonizing people for making the right decision to cut ties with this woman.
Hmm. And
You
try to
know,
sit over there and act like you don't know why people dragging you. You don't know why people don't like you. It's because you
exactly,
messy. It's because you listen to something, mix up the story, and then want to talk about it.
exactly, and then to sit there and make statements about people you don't even know about. She referred to me. She was like, "Oh yeah, girl, I know about Madam 81. She's relentless." What? I don't even know you. Who
I'm
are
like,
you?
you little stupid ass ain't with you.
I'm like, what? But anyway, I was
Yes,
just
Gigi,
like,
a whole entire walking fake, man. And
exactly.
this is the reason I get tired of being on this platform sometimes. Cause I gotta sit up here and watch these people that everybody think is so real.
Mm,
Did I or did I not yesterday on my early morning video? I said, if you real, you ain't gotta keep saying that everything gonna fall into place. Later on that day, what happened? Y'all see
exactly.
my babe, Sean, Leo, um, Wiley, y'all see all of them in one area together. Heidi, all of them.
Right. The same people that was talking about her kid not having 50 cents for lunch. The same
Yeah.
one that was questioning what happened to the GoFund money. The same ones that was questioning about why was a strange man showing up at your door early in the morning with a care package and a brown paper bag for you. Like, but these are the same people that were saying the thing, but then you turn around and you chopping it up with them like, hun, where's your priorities? Hun, your daughter should be your first priority. Not to mention the mere fact that you willing to go and travel out of state to another state in the midst of a fucking pandemic. Hun,
What's the funny
where's your
part?
seat?
Y'all ready to risk it
And that
all.
ain't no shade. That's a legit question. Hun, where's your seed? Because obviously you felt it was safe enough to go to a whole totally different state. So because you think you're gonna get put on, whole time you don't know it's chess, not checkers, and you a pawn on a chessboard.
And they sitting up here playing in your face. Cause
And it's
ooh,
easy,
child, the amount of people that be in their lives and stuff, and then
right?
y'all turn around and see they all together. What?
Best friends.
Child, the
Where?
only thing they would have been recording is me showing up and waiting so I could pop off. Period. I would have used that as an opportunity to get near you,
It's
to pop you in
thank
your
you.
mouth.
Thank you. Just my 5 cents. Thank you. Just my 5 cents said, Madam, don't even drag anybody until she gets fed up. So, thank you. I'm like, child.
And it's crazy. And that's why I had left. Cause I'm like, child, if this is what y'all standards are, as far as calling somebody fake and somebody real, I don't want to be a part of it.
You know what, y'all? You know what? I think when she said, somebody said, Goddess, I was shook when I tell you that my invisible pearls became visible. I don't trust any of them anymore. It was only two people that I trust out of that group, Nicole T and Timothy Blaine. But to be honest, I don't. I just told y'all why this was happening. There's too much behind the scenes going on. I
Hmm.
believe
Right.
a lot of these beefs, they be in the back talking to each other, and they like, oh well, we gonna beef with you, and people gonna go to your channel, then we gonna beef with you, then people gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It's all a
Right.
money,
Hmm.
and all these sheep, all these little subscribers. You
Mm-hmm.
know, reason I really do feel like they're older. You
They
know, they don't
are.
have anything going.
That's the
They
bad
don't have
part.
anything going, so they sit online. You know what I'm saying? And they waste their money like QVC. You know how older people always shopping on QVC.
That's the bad part about it. But the only safest
It's,
person that I can say out the whole entire group was David Blaine because he has always took the stance as I'm neutral.
I mean, to me, I'm like this. I support all black content creators. I do
Right.
because it takes a certain type of person to get on your soapbox and say whatever you're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have content creators and subscribers.
Hmm.
Right.
I really do. I support everybody. Sometimes I just really think like this is all like a televangelist type thing. Like you got you got Jay Wilson, he's a televangelist. He just using the Bible to get some money out of you, and it works.
Girl,
uh,
oh my,
it works. It works.
yes. Yes. I am
You
so
got
glad you said that, but I ain't
Well,
gonna
they doing cash out
lie.
parties and we can't even get $5.
Yeah, but see, whole
Look,
time it's like it's a whole thing. It's a game. If I beef with you, people like beef, and these some messy people on here. That's how you know who you dealing with, because this ain't nothing but the mothers in the church talking shit. Them older women in church. They be out front smoking a cigarette,
You
talking
better
about
tell the truth.
Miss Maybelline.
You
yes.
better tell the truth.
That's all
Mm-mm.
it's doing, and it's entertainment for them. But it's entertainment for me too, because I be getting bored. Because I go to work and I come home. I don't mess with Southeast DC people that much.
Period. You know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I go to work and I come home. But when I see it's like a game that people are not trying to realize that it is. You guys are going platform to platform promoting all this, gossip and all this other stuff. That's what you're doing. And to be honest, you waste your money on the people who can, how you feel, read better, or you know what I mean, like all that type of stuff. Who's more dramaful? Like for instance, they try to call VS this bad person, what she was doing to people, and then when she get locked up and she banned from YouTube, I see most of these people are still doxing and doing something similar to what VS was doing. So I don't really feel like she's that bad of a person at
Yeah,
this point.
look, right. And you know what? I agree with you 100%. At least with VS, you knew what you was getting. Trust and believe, she's still crazy as all hell. But
All
understand,
these people on here crazy.
no, she told you what it was from the door. She told you when she kicked in that door, she said, I am here to destroy. I don't give
Agents of
a damn about
chaos.
nothing else. She told the truth. So I take my hat off to her.
You know what else she told the truth about? When she said, y'all know this how we eat. Y'all know the game. 1 week is her
Exactly.
week, the beef or whatever, and she give views. Then the next
Exactly.
week it's his week the beef or whatever, and he give views. It's like she was
Exactly.
telling you exactly what it is, which I ain't like it.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
Exactly.
shoot.
And she basically started the trend. Now this is when the bussy was biting off of, because just as much as he claimed he hate her, he admires this crazy ass woman to some degree, because she was the first one that said, "Oh, I'm not beefing with nobody. To my knowledge, I'm not beefing with nobody that got under a certain amount of subscribers."
Mm-hmm.
I remember that because I used to stay in Susie's bushes.
Oh, I used to stay in the bushes of everybody. I still be in the bushes of everybody. Don't nobody. And see, the sad part is like when you be in the bushes, you be sitting in the bushes, you see more shit going on than the people who be in the chat.
Yep. Girl,
Like you
sometimes
see the
I be
shit.
sitting in the chat, even if I'm a moderator or something, I sit in the chat and watch, and I look at who decide to speak one day, who don't decide to speak when I'm in the chat, who
Mhm.
all that. You gotta pay attention to all of that stuff.
Yep.
Like for instance, I'm gonna tell you, like when I finally started speaking, people were mad at me because I'll say something, like I catch them doing something, and I'm just like, well, if everybody gotta say, if everybody, can speak their opinions, I'm gonna tell you what you're doing, right? So when
Mhm.
Sean Bradley had his chat, right, when he first started doing like the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beefing, right, and he was talking about how messed up Cardi B was, and they was talking
Clearly
about her
biased.
kids, and you know what I
Right.
mean?
Clearly biased. Hmm.
Yeah. So basically, he's talking about the girl kids and everything, her child or whatever the case may be, all that stuff. But then when shit was on your ass and people started talking about your kids, I was like, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait,
Mhm.
trying to hold on. So what you telling me is the same energy you had for Cardi B and how she should react. How come you not acting how you told her how to react?
Excuse me, and just like they accused Cardi B of using sympathy and payola, Sean Bradley did the same thing with his dead son.
Yep.
The same thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
keep it
I'm like,
100 with you.
So I'm like, well, and then when I said that, like, because it was basically I pointed that out in a nutshell. So what he told me was, "Why are you here? Why are you in my comment section?" I'm like, "Damn, that's how you feel about me." But I was
Mhm.
still there watching them after the fact, so it's still a point. But
Oh,
you
but
just
that's
mad
what
because
he
I
do.
said something that you didn't like.
That's what he do though. He'll slick shade you. He'll
Mm,
say all types of shit, and then
mm,
as soon as you peep game and see that you
mm,
the one he shading or you the one he trying to use, when you
mm,
call it out, then it's I don't know you. I've never followed you. I never subscribed to you. Bitch, you a whole fucking lie.
mm. And stayed saying your name. Stayed saying your name.
Or like what else? Or like you had Live with Leah, little running around bitch ass. She was sitting here. I know y'all know who Live with Leah is. I don't like that bitch. But let me tell you, she was sitting there. You know how when she had her show Live with Leah, she was always trying to judge people. You know, she became a tarot reader now, y'all. Somebody who likes judging people became a tarot reader.
Mm.
So, which is
Girl,
so
That's a whole
basically,
other subject because I had people turn into tarot readers overnight too after seeing me. Hmm.
I mean,
girl.
but that's a long story and a whole nother subject, right? But the thing was, she was cool with Sean Bradley at first, right? And then you start noticing she made a video, kind of. She was calling it respectfully, coming at Sean Bradley about something respectfully, and then
I
all of a
think I
sudden
know
they
what
ain't
you're
friends
talking
no more.
about. Yeah.
And then yeah, and then all of a sudden they ain't friends no more, right? And then she would, because the thing is, she would sit there and like act like she ain't with the mess and she just wants to talk about stuff that's quote unquote woke or stuff whatever. But the way you're saying stuff, you would ease in other people and try to talk about them. Like she tried to do that to Camille's Corner. Like, oh, y'all doing too much. That's so low vibrational when it comes to the whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef. And I'm like, well, hold on, you talk about it too. And Camille's Corner was like, you talk about it too. So when I had commented something under her chat one day, that's when I first started like commenting. Like she didn't even know that was me. Basically she deleted it or whatever. I said, damn, you gonna delete my comment and I ain't even say nothing smart to you? But people are real funny because you
Mm.
see what they be doing because you be judging people.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Really be judging people hard. Like, or like she used this age thing. Like, I'm young, so I can do this, and because you're older, you know what I mean? It's like it's so crazy. Or like it was either that, or then you had other people. I don't know. It's just a lot. I can just keep on going on and on, but yeah, it's just crazy.
Um,
Hmm.
Trina C said, I got a question about how people become tarot readers. Can anybody just be one?
Oh,
Cause
I can tell how you become it. You know what happens? What happens is you like watching tarot readers and see what tarot readers do is that they'll be like, oh well, I'm having a tarot reading class. A lot of them will make you pay like $100 and something for the class. So you
mm,
take the class and you're just all of a sudden tarot reader, the voodoo priestess, yeah, everything.
Hmm.
And I'm like, don't you gotta be initiated in voodooism? I'm just saying, but don't take $100 in 2 weeks. It's not a CNA class. But I can tell you how I became a tarot reader. I became a tarot reader because I wanted to be a tarot reader, but I didn't have nobody to help me read. So what I did was I learned on my own.
I started doing it after my spiritual awakening and after stuff. It was, I told y'all this story before, but it was a bunch of stuff happening.
Yes, that's what happened to me.
mm,
It was
I
like
was living with my father in
spirit just
Southeast.
led. Sometimes it's hard to explain. It's like spirit just lead you to it because
Yeah, and I was broke, so you don't need to have money to start reading.
I actually had somebody I did a reading for, and she was very rude. And she was like, "Well, anybody could buy a pack of cards and read." Girl, that is the farthest thing from the truth.
Yeah, because she don't even.
Connected
Yeah,
with
she should have
source.
tried that on her own. Matter of fact, to be honest, I didn't even use standard tarot cards when I first started reading. You know how I started reading? I started reading because, like I said, I had this awakening when I was living with my father. Things was going real bad for me, And to be honest, like I literally made my own deck. So I made like a words with friends deck. And I just started reading, and practicing and practicing. I never had like a standard water weight tarot deck until later on. So when I would read, I go, you know how you have fun with it. I go to my friend's house, we get drunk and I read the shit out of them and the shit in the
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I'm good at this. And I
Yeah,
started doing it and
sometimes
doing it
spirit
and
just
doing it.
leads you to it. It's not really a long explanation. Sometimes it just happened, and that's what I was trying to tell people too a couple of months ago when people was playing with me. Like I told people, I didn't ask for it. It just happened.
Right.
And like, if you really want to learn how to read cards, the sad part is you have people that would charge you like $200, $300. But to be honest, all you have to do is look it up on the internet, and you'll get videos of people explaining it.
Yeah, I told myself too. I'm not paying nobody else for that.
Girl,
And
that's
like
the
for
same.
instance, like even I was doing free tarot reading classes on my channel, but I had to freeze it and hold on it because I had other stuff to do because it's time consuming. I had to do some other stuff. I had to find me a second job and things like that.
But
So I
sometimes
couldn't.
it's not just you reading the cards and knowing what they saying. It has a lot to do with your spirit, and that's why a lot of spiritual people do tarot, which leads back to you going within yourself to
You know
different.
what tarot cards do? They
That's
heighten they heighten your intuition and your trust. If you
all.
want to build your intuition, you should start reading. If you want to build your trust within yourself and other people, start reading. It'll actually help you, and things will start coming towards you. It'll help you open your third eye. And
Yeah.
to me, I know that I read from my crown chakra, so it's like I don't. It's like it's different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
And
you can pull a person card and give them a blatant meaning, but you still have to connect with that person and make sure that you paying attention to your spirit self while giving that reading.
yeah,
Period.
cause you can get a tarot card, and it's not like I tell anybody. The symbolism is one thing. You should know what the symbols mean on paper. I understand that, but it's the interpretations that says a lot. You see what I'm saying? It's really how you interpret it. So you'll get like the strength card, right? And mind you, not every single deck is the same illustration. So I have a deck with a strength card. It's a woman with a snake, and it's like she's like conquering the snake, dancing with it and stuff. So your interpretation would be, oh, she need to be courageous and stuff like that. But it could be different. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, or like if you got like for instance, like my Queen of Wands will be like Kali, and in my deck, it looks like she's literally fucking a man. She's on top
Mm-hmm.
of him. So a lot of times when I get like questions if I'm going to hook up with this dude and I get Kylie fucking on top of a man, this is you standing in your power, riding the shit out that
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tell you it's a yes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Or like if it's in the reverse, I'm gonna tell you like this is you not standing in your power. I mean, instead of you just being bitchy, this is you not standing in your power. Like I did a reading for Jay Wilson and who else? Sabe. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, how does Jay Wilson feel about Sabe? And I got the Queen of Wands in the reverse, but it was Kylie and it was the guy on top of Kylie. So I said, well, shit, she ain't fucking him, he fucking her.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
You making me think of a reading I did, girl, because I did a husband and wife. I had did both of their readings, and they had both got the same damn card. And I said, y'all don't know how to balance y'all female and masculine uh excuse me, it's early. Your female, your male, um help a nigga out.
your female and your feminine and masculine energy.
Right. You don't know y'all don't have no balance. So with them both and pulling the same card, that mean they tug of war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff that you have to observe. You can pull a card and not even see what's
Like for instance, yeah, I had did a reading on my channel also about James Caldwell and Five A's and who was going to win that whole thing. And you know what I got with my Shadowscapes deck? I got the Queen of Wands for James Caldwell upright, and then I also got the King of Wands. When I was asking different questions, the King of Wands in the reverse showed up. I said he about to be stubborn as hell, and guess what? He about to turn into mother because the Queen of Wands in that deck is a lady playing a harp, and it's like these foxes is looking up at her and stuff like that, like gracious. I said, oh, he about to turn into mother. He ain't about to stop for nobody. He about to win this shit. And kid you not, he been sitting there dragging that bitch from that time all the way up
Right.
to now.
Right. And you know, he always referred to her as daughter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He been dragging her, and I said he ain't gonna stop. And then I also asked, well, who's gonna end this? And I said, oh, he's gonna end it, but it's gonna be because he wants to end it. So it's not gonna be because Five Age is gonna stop. It's gonna be because he gonna make it stop.
hmm
Mm.
So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He got to get the gab. He'll get you up off of
mhm.
him.
And I said, I don't know. And then I said he got Five Baby in her head because what I got for her was the what was that? The Eight of Swords. And then I got the Seven of Swords for her too with that. So I'm like, oh, she's sneaking behind stuff. I'm not saying everything, not keeping it 100. She's sneaking around trying to figure out ways to do shit. And she in her head about a lot of stuff.
Mm, yeah.
I even did the whole thing for Citation. And I found out that was a scam. And it's not everything that they're gonna say it is. It's not
Oh
it's
yeah.
not as good as it is.
Oh yeah. We already knew that. I didn't even need to cause for that.
It ain't gonna be no beans and no tomato sauce, is it?
I don't know about being tomato sauce. I don't know about that. But all I know is it's not as on the up and up as everybody think it is.
Mm,
Yeah, it's an illusion.
And then after that, that's when the viewers review talking about when she said, oh, you know what she did? She about to get liposuction with y'all money.
hmm
hello, hello.
Mm-mm.
I'm still trying to find out what happened to all that money for them legal fees and filing them damn paperwork. That paperwork.
Ooh,
What happened to that GoFundMe, honey?
ooh,
Mhm.
ooh.
And mind you, you know what? And it make me just sometimes looking at this sector, it makes me want to just start lying to people to get some more money out this motherfucker.
I mean,
Really, I start lying.
it do be tempting a lot of people, but like my conscience, the way my conscience is set up, it
Shit, the way shit's set up now with this coronavirus, y'all better get y'all some money out this.
look, it ain't gonna allow me to do it. I move by a certain code. It won't.
But see, that's what I be meaning about the double standard shit too, because it's people sitting on here getting their rent paid. It's people sitting on here having cash out parties. It's people sitting on here promising y'all something you not gonna get. But then the people that's being real with you,
you
you
got
can't
you
even get 50 cents.
right. You
But you
got past.
notice how the fake people on YouTube they grow their channel quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long I've been on YouTube and I only have 500 subscribers.
Oh, I believe you.
Oh yeah, I definitely
I've
believe
been
you.
working for each subscriber. All of them subscribers ain't come just because I had to prove myself.
I got lucky because one of my videos went viral.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
And one of
I
my
remember when I first got my first 1K for a reading, and I did it for Pop Smoke. That was my first 1K. It's more than 1K now, but I'm like, well, damn, things starting to look up.
Mhm.
But it's like I've been in the cut. That's what I'm saying. I've been in the cut. You'll be on YouTube for a long time. Like when you see people with 100 and something K subscribers, a lot of times it's because they're on here for years. It ain't because they just come on and they just get.
And some of them be dead subscribers. They subscribe to you, but they don't watch YouTube like that.
right,
Hmm.
right. And I mean that's the thing. It's a gamble. I can definitely say it is a slow process to get some to get even to 100K. Like it's a process. But people come to see you it's for your content because either they can relate to you or you talking about something that interests them or you just have that charisma. Some people have it, some people don't. Like, but it's always something out here for everybody.
Yep.
You know.
But you could tell how they base their worth off of likes, views, and subscribers. But what you don't understand,
Yes.
if majority of them are there just cause you in some drama, they not loyal subscribers.
I'm just saying, like, when we gonna get past the dragging people because they don't have a car, because they live in Section 8, because they live in public housing, because they live in arrangements and so on and
Stop
so forth.
it. You know
Like,
why? Because most of the people on here that's watching y'all are on Section 8 and don't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
right, but the thing about that is like doesn't the fact that they make it that they not sleeping out on the street, that they what I'm saying, that they providing some type of food and shelter for them and their loved ones, whatever their situation is, like shouldn't that be enough? Like it's like
No, no, not virtually. You know why? Because it destroys the fantasy. The fantasy is if I come online, I can be who I want to be. I can
Yep.
sit here and say, "Oh, I have this and I have that." You know how many fake doctors it is online? You know how many fake lawyers it is?
you know
It's
how many
supposed to
fake
be.
pastors
It's
on.
this fantasy of people are living this perfect life, and people have their faith beat every day. Things like that. I To me personally, when I get online, I don't give a shit. You gonna see me with this tank top and my hair looking crazy sometimes, but a read is a read.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and
I don't care.
but the thing like that's why I said people have to have thick skin because the actual video that I went viral on that's sitting at 16 a little bit over 16K right now is a video that I did on the Central Park 5 and the guy that they actually decided to charge with the rape and beating of that woman. And I got a lot of comments to be like, well, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. Oh, I'm gonna need you to, do this, go back to school, get your research or whatever the case is. But understand, if you don't know the content creator and you're just viewing that video and you base your opinion off of that one video.
Yeah, like they don't like the fact that because for some reason with Tyrian, I'm gonna tell you something real funny. You
Mm,
don't like the fact because sometimes I'll sit there and I'll go ahead and make the spread and then press record to cut time because I be trying to keep it at 20 minutes or less, right? So I got a video that I had 1K on, and they was like, "Well, I think that you should have um shuffled the cards on screen, right?" And I'm like, "Well, that would have took too long." Or for instance, I'm telling you what each card mean, and you telling me, "Oh, you shouldn't read it like that." The whole time,
Right.
what you want me to do is throw out 3 cards and tell you whatever, whatever. You don't want me to
right,
tell you why the fuck I'm saying this.
right. But ain't that crazy? That's like you going in somebody's job and telling them how to do their job, but they work there.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
basically, you don't know. You half of y'all that's watching this third channel don't even know what these cards mean. So if I told you I had the lovers card and the death card and the sun card, whatever the hell it may be, and I'm just telling you, oh, y'all gonna live a happy life and it's gonna be all good. Boom. I'm not telling you what none of this shit means. So basically, you want me to lie to you.
Yeah, and people will throw away ridiculous amounts of money for a lie,
Yep.
and that's the crazy part
Because it's
about
a
it.
bunch of people wanting to believe in something and they not believing in themselves or within themselves.
Yeah, because
There you
anybody can
go.
read church.
There
Church
it
can
is.
be for anybody. But it's the fact of the matter is, you don't believe, like, a lot of this spell work and stuff like that. I tell everybody this. At the end of the day, if you are part of Source, you can do it without spell work. You just feel like
Yep.
you need it done.
And not just that, and I to piggyback off of what you just said, that's what I had to realize too, because I was so busy trying to learn everybody else's rituals and how they do it instead of making up my own.
Yeah,
Right.
But you
because
don't
it all comes from somewhere. At one point, it was one motherfucker who had to learn something on their own. You see what I'm saying? At
Right.
one point, even when it comes to rituals, when it comes to reading tarot, it was one point at some in some time frame in history that somebody had to learn it on their own,
Oh
and
yeah.
then they handed it down. So honestly, I don't feel like you gotta be initiated into anything. You gotta be this. You gotta be that, and that goes with past lives. Because I don't believe that I have to. Because you don't only have black ancestors. You don't.
nope.
Right.
So basically, and not only that, just think about it like this. In the past life, I could have lived in Ireland and I could have been like a gypsy or something.
But
So in this life,
people also not thinking about the spirit realm. There's no color as far as black and white.
Right.
and us as spirits, we've been everything. So we've been conquerors, we've been slaves, we've been priestess, we've been Buddhists. You see what I'm saying? Like we've been a little bit of everything in every life. So to be honest, I don't believe in African spirituality. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in anything like that because when you start getting into it, you like, well, goddamn, what's the point of believing this shit? And then my next life, I be something totally different.
But it's all to build you up to the self awareness of spirituality
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. And
to
then when you become aware, you get
know,
aware that guess what? When you go back into the spirit realm, it ain't nothing what you gonna think it is. Like you see what I'm saying?
mhm. But
Like
that's part of the
soon
reason
as
people
you
do
get
think
here,
about
you're
it.
thinking something totally different. Like if you ever see mediums and stuff like that, when they talk about mediumship or whatever, like I give you an example. Like I watch Channeling Eric a lot, right? It's a YouTube channel where it's like this lady, her son committed suicide, but however, his spirit start contacting different mediums to come to her and speak through them. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, after that, it was like, now she made this channel where different mediums come. It's like and use her platform, and they do readings on like people and just different stuff. And when you start hearing about it, like you already know when you pass away, you go in the light or whatever you think it is, you pull the vibration pulls you, and then after that, it's like you're over there, you met with love and stuff like that, but you do get your life review. You see what I'm saying? So you're still in this human state of mind when you pass away at first until you get your life review. And then after you get your review, it's like then you understand some stuff more. So I'm like, well, if all
Mm.
that's happening on the other side, we have soul groups and stuff on the other side, and then we get to pick the life we want to learn a lesson from. So what the fuck do I care about some goddamn religion for? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like in this life, I can be a Christian. In my next life, like I said, I can be an atheist.
Mm.
I
Good
know
point.
atheist. I know some very good tarot readers who are atheists, which is kind
Right.
of funny.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but at the end of the day, like I said, you can manifest anything, and you should go. People should strive to be better people. When I say strive
Yeah,
to be better people, I mean in the sense of you live your life with a purpose, not in the sense of I think I'm going to be this great person today, but to actually wake up each and every day, regardless of what the situation is, and say to yourself, I know today is going to be great. or I know, like, get in the habit of speaking things into existence for yourself, not negative. Because if you think negative, you're going to manifest negative.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Instead of saying I think, I should, can I say I have? I have it
Right.
now. So you know what I mean? It's like this story. I tell other people this story. You know I won the Powerball, right? Let me tell you this story how I
Oh
won it.
wow.
Because it was one year. Remember that year that the Powerball was really high? It was around the winter time. It was a couple of years ago, and everybody was getting their tickets and everything like that. And I got 20 tickets, and I put in a 2 week notice, and I said I'm going to win. I'm going to win the Powerball. I'm going to win, right? And I was dead set, and I knew I was gonna win. I said I won the Powerball. I already know I won, so I'm gonna sit here and put in my 2 weeks notice. As soon as the Powerball numbers came out, I won, but I only won the Powerball numbers. I only won $4.
I mean, it was
So,
something.
but I didn't. I wasn't specific. I should have said the whole number. I'm
Yeah,
going.
because you know what I was about to say about that? Because
Yeah.
all that did was show you that your manifestation is strong and you just need to get a little better.
Yeah.
Because
I need to be
'cause
more
that same
specific.
story happened to me too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was a story. It's a story that I have that I literally almost manifest like negative energy. Like I did manifest the negative energy, but at the last moment in my mind when I was like, no, this is this I don't really mean that. And what I mean by that was it was a situation with a person where we were arguing and we were arguing heavy, and it got to the point to where as though, what I'm saying, I wish death on this person. And in that moment of me doing that, it literally manifests because the person came back and said they were in a situation where a person had pulled the gun out on them, and at the last moment, like literally pointing the gun at them, and literally at the last moment they turned and walked away. So you do have the power to manifest.
And not just that, it's so much easier to power with negative energy. Cause and see, and a lot of time we don't even call it negative energy. It's called chaos energy. Because
Mm,
Yeah.
that's like when you get mad. When you get mad, think about all the emotion behind you being mad. You thinking about the
yeah,
person. You thinking about what they did to you. You thinking about
right,
the fact that you can't put hands on them. All of that is energy.
right. That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, people not gonna get it. And they want to see laser beams come out your hands, and you know they want to say,
Right,
you
Yeah,
know,
that's why on my channel I always tell them until modern science can come up with a mathematical equation that this is actually happening. At
mm,
this point, just chew the meat and throw the bones. It's gonna have to be like Albert Einstein. They're gonna like he came out with a mathematical equation that atoms exist. It's gonna have to be a mathematical equation until people get it.
mm-hmm.
right. And they actually do have something in science called the God code.
Yep.
They actually do. And to tell you the truth, I don't know how accurate it is, but I mean, it's worth looking at.
Hmm.
It's worth looking at. Don't resign yourself to a state where you feel like Star the Gemini said, um, I've always been interested but never attempted. Why not?
But look,
People.
that's why I
I
just
don't and see
told
they got
y'all
this
this.
negative connotation about things. Like the worst thing you can ever do is put fear in somebody's heart.
Yeah,
You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
what they
Like,
build off of in this world.
and
Fear.
that's
yeah,
what they doing now. It's like what people don't know is when you put fear in your heart, you limit yourself, you open yourself up to diseases, everything. If
Yep.
you
yeah,
live with faith, it doesn't happen like that. Like, and you can have faith in anything, but you have to have faith in yourself. That's just like a lot of these subscribers. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're sitting here looking for somebody to resonate with you or agree with you, or whatever the case may be. However you feel. To be honest, and you have to have faith in yourself and say that yes, however you feel is how you feel, and it's accurate to the point that you can have your own YouTube channel and suck your mess.
You know what one of my spiritual teachers told me? He
Hmm.
said, take all that fear, sit down in silence, and he said, think of everything fearful that you could think of. Think of your fears, think of the stuff that you feel gonna happen to you, all your worries. He said, let all of that build up inside you, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna break. And you're gonna
Yeah.
get to the point where you say, you know what? I can't hold on to all this. It's too much weight.
Hmm. Like for instance, like I tell anybody. At one point, I used to be, a little bit suicidal. I had suicidal thoughts, and then every single time I would get to that place, the first thing a little voice in my head would tell me, it'll be like, "Bitch, you love yourself too much. Why are you doing this, girl? If you don't go somewhere with that shit."
Exactly. 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 And
You
people
be like, girl, if you
need to
don't go
start
somewhere with
listening.
that shit.
Right. People need to start really listening to their inner voice, their inner self, whatever you choose to call it. Insert your favorite name. Listen to that. Like if you got a gut feeling, listen to your gut.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, like one time I had this gut feeling, right? So you know how it is. You know how it is in DC. They like to shoot people. So
Mhm.
tell you, it was one time I was sitting here. I was with this guy. First of all, he wasn't the right guy for me, but the whole time, we don't know that until we experience it, right? Sometimes you gotta walk
You
into
live
a
and
brick
you learn.
wall.
You live and you learn.
Yep.
You know, he asked me, "Oh, did I want to go over his friend house around Southeast?" I was living in Northeast at the time. And I was like, because it was like a baby shower, whatever the case may be. And I said, no, I want to stay in the house. Like, I really wanted to stay in the house. But he said, nah, man, come on. So I go out, and we walking around, and then what? Yeah, Greenway Shopping Center,
Ooh,
and we went down there.
Minnesota.
Yeah, we went down there to go get some liquor, right? Some niggas was sitting on the car right in front of it. I don't care who's hearing this because it already happened years ago, right? So they looking, and this is one distinct dude, this black dude with dreads. Now that sounds like everybody in DC. So, but this time it was a little different because me and him connected eyeball to eyeball, and he sent chills down my spine, and he bothered my soul so much.
Mhm.
And I said, "Oh God!" And I had to ask my then boyfriend. I said, "Well, what's he looking at? Why he looking at us like that?" Like, cause I was looking at him and it was just scary, right? So he was
Mm.
like, "Don't worry about it. He's just hating. No, he probably just hating. No, he brushed it off." Girl, do you know? As I'm walking back to that apartment, the same dudes that was looking at us like that was shooting at us.
Ooh.
And guess what?
Whoa.
My ass ended up getting shot in the leg by the same dude that I had eyeball contact with that I told you I was scared of. Oh, bucks.
The whole time.
If I would have listened, I would have stayed my ass in the house for one. And for two, I would have sat there and trusted my instincts. Because instead of me seeking outside validation, I just kept how I felt. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I
But,
wanted to speak on this before we wrap it up, because Keisha just reminded me that I haven't went to sleep.
Girl, me, you and me both.
So I wanted to wrap this up on shadow work, right? And I want to explain to y'all why shadow work is so important. When you get a lot of those negative, like this bad feeling, when you think about certain things and it triggers you easily and stuff like that, that plays on your thought process, it plays on your emotions, and it sends you into quote unquote depression. Shadow work is a lot of you healing, self healing, taking responsibility for the stuff that you have done. You know what I'm saying, and letting certain fears go. Or if you don't let the fear go, at least acknowledge the fear is there, because that's the first step.
Right.
Just like if I was to say, "Oh, the devil's coming to get you right now," most people that's not spiritual will be like, "Oh my God, why would she do that?" Like
Mhm.
automatic fear.
You know what though? Can I add on to something for just my 5 cents? She
Go
said, I
ahead.
don't know how to describe this, but do y'all think 2020 is a cleanup year? You know, 2020 is actually number four. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0. That's the number of doing the work. Honestly, being
Mm-hmm.
realistic. You know,
Mhm.
it's the Aries, if you think about it. It's the Cancer being hard on the outside, but soft on the inside. And this
Mhm.
has to show up. Okay? The
Yeah.
universe is not playing with you. It's either you going to shape up or ship out. And not
Right.
only that, karma is coming back very quick. You can do something
Yep.
wrong to somebody on Monday and get
Mhm.
your karma on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I- Hello.
So this is the year of you setting your goals realistically and taking it step by step and actually maintaining it. So I don't
Right.
care how much stuff y'all do. I don't care how many money candles you light. You light a money candle, you get some money. What you gonna do with it afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
You
looking
know
at. What
what?
are you
That's
gonna do
funny.
afterwards?
That's funny because I was just telling my husband that the other day. I said, what people don't understand is people need to realize century after century after century after decade, you got to realize Gaia is a living being, right? So after a while, if people not learning their lessons, things not going the right way, you wondering how dinosaurs disappeared and all this stuff just wasn't there anymore all of a sudden because Gaia will cleanse it and start over.
Mhm.
And that's just on period. Just like they talk about Atlantis used to be what?
It
You're
was a
gonna have
city.
to really
It was a
work
city
hard.
made of
Like
gold.
honestly, that's why when people do spell work, it's kind of like a quick fix, like a crackhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, this isn't the year for quick fixes. Okay, you got this. So we need to work on it. How to build it, how to maintain it. Like, it's like, think about the pentacles. Like, it's tangible things that we can touch, see, and feel, but it's also telling you, how do you maintain your stability, your security, and your wealth? How do
Yep.
you make these work? How does it work? What actions are you going to take to help it work?
Yep.
And then
And
in
don't
this
just sit
time,
here and try to keep manifesting just money because it don't work like that.
Right.
I
It
mean,
don't.
and then whole
You
time you
can
do have to
do
understand that it's karmic debt.
it. Right.
So whatever you do karmic debt wise, you have to balance it back out. So I'm like, okay, God bless me. And even if you just manifest it, right? God bless me to have this job. But guess what? If I don't shape up and ship out, I can lose this job for real.
And
Right.
not that you got to balance it as far as because when you said that, I thought about yin and yang. People be so worried about going to work and stuck into this realm that we in right now that they not doing the shadow work. They not aligning themselves. They not, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like you're draining yourself every day at work, but you're not working on your spiritual self.
Yeah, it has to be
Right.
a balance of home life and outside life.
Because the
That's why.
spiritual realm don't give a fuck about your job.
Yeah, that's why you got to incorporate the number six. I mean, six is always, when Mother Nature wants to resonate beauty, she vibrates on the number six.
Hmm.
And number six is telling you to basically, work on your inner self, work on your home life. Don't deny that. You know, don't deny what's making you happy.
Yeah.
So, it's one thing in this year is with this coronavirus and stuff, like I feel like this is the year that the universe, because I feel like Gaia, God, Source is watching. They really want to know what you're going to do. How are you going to step up to the plate? What actions are you going to take?
In other words, they sick and MF tired.
Mm, right.
Period.
And I want y'all to go watch. If y'all get some time this weekend, I want y'all to go watch the movie called Legion.
Hmm.
Go watch the movie they called Legion, and then like comment, or we can either come back and do a live on that and comment and tell me what your interpretation of that movie was. And another thing that I wanted to say just before we go to Star the Gemini, she said a comment earlier where she was like, I was brought up not to believe in sorcery, but you have to understand that same sorcery before Christianity was a thing, that was the only thing that our ancestors had.
Just my 5 cents, and that's why I said people was really stopping me from putting out my spiritual videos and stuff, and I witnessed front and center like it was unacceptable because I was, and I could be honest with myself, I was starting to focus on numbers and not focusing on message. I was trying to make sure that I didn't offend people, but people got to understand if you still in a religion, I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm not going to stop doing my work and doing my spiritual process to spoon feed someone else.
Right.
And
And
people need to understand that. And for real, when it's a little bit of people, like it's 19 people in here, but y'all been listening about this spiritual stuff the whole time. So whoever it resonates with, it's that's who's supposed to hear right now. And a lot of people need to understand that a lot of people are waking up.
Yeah, but you know what else is funny though that I don't understand? They'll tell you they'll get mad at you because you want to talk about this, right? But
Mhm.
then they use that same Christianity lingo and then watch a whole bunch of drama.
how about
Mhm.
that? Look, that's why I said go watch, just to piggyback, go watch the movie Legion. Watch, don't watch the movie so much of like what's going on. Like, keep that in mind also. But keep in mind of the two archangels that's having a battle with each other.
Your
Hmm.
yin and your yang, just like Doctor Sleep, because I told y'all watch Doctor Sleep, how they
Right,
got somebody in Doctor Sleep. The girl is named Abracadabra. Her name is Abra.
right, exactly. And you gotta understand in that movie Legion, one of the best quotes ever said in movies went like this. Michael asked the other archangel. He said, why did you not listen to God?" And the other angel said to Michael, he said, "You gave him what he wanted. I gave him what he needed."
Hmm.
Mm.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
And you know what? I just want everybody to know too when it comes to that man when it comes to, sorcery like you was talking about. Honestly speaking, here's what you can learn about tarot for all you people that want to read tarot. You have something called the Fool's Journey, right?
Hold on,
Now you
real
have
quick. I
like
don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, because it just it sizzled my spirit. Y'all know how I tell y'all about words, right?
mhm,
Now look at the words you wrote, Keeper. Amen, right?
Almond, almond raw. When you,
Almond raw, but also a man,
mm-hmm,
flesh.
yep,
So I'm just saying, like that's why I point out words to y'all because they using the same words for you to cast spells and curses upon yourself.
mm-hmm.
But go ahead, my bad.
but yeah, but I was just adding on to, if people don't know about tarot, I was just saying like with the Fool's Journey, you already know that the Fool card, which is zero, is nothing but your spirit coming down to this earth for this life cycle, right? And it's experiencing things for the first time. And the first person they come across is the musician. The musician is number one. Number one is a new beginning. The musician is a manifester. He has every single suit on his table because he can manifest anything. It's souls above, souls below. So before there was any religion, because we don't even get to religion until we get to the five, which is the Hierophant. and that's the religious organization. Before there was religion, there was manifestation.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know about tarot, that's a little bit of info. If you guys, I get a little bit, intimidated by spirituality, before there was any type of religion, there was always manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was
Exactly.
number two, using your intuition about that manifestation. So
Because
it's
people
already
don't
came from
realize
heaven.
manifestation comes from what? Thought. We just talked about
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
that.
And the
It's the
sun god,
ethers. hmm
right?
The
Just
sun card don't even come back. Don't ain't even in play yet. Before there's anything else.
No, she wrote the sun god in the chat.
Oh,
sun god. I say that to say, look at all of us as us American Africans, and I say American Africans because when you say American Africans, that means that you are united with your African brethren. It's not African Americans, it's American Africans because you were born in America, but your nation is Africa, so to speak. Like I'll go more into that, but as for the sun god, look at your melanin. Your melanin is one of the most valuable things that's traded all around the world.
Hmm.
hmm
Sun god, we are literally favored, the favored ones.
And also, we need to speak on this, because I know you brought up the African stuff, but
Mm.
I've learned so much because y'all know I be MIA, and that's because I'm doing my spiritual work. And once I get into it, it's hard for me to get out of it.
Hmm.
They be like, God, is you good? Is you still alive? I be like, yeah, girl, but I'm doing my spiritual work now. As far as this African stuff, we gotta stop putting that on us too because we have to understand that the more stuff that we put on our plate is
Hmm.
more weight we putting on our spirit.
Hmm.
Because African American, that's a made up word. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can thank Jesse Jackson for that.
Yeah, so it's like certain stuff is hard to untrain, and that's a lot that goes on in the community too. We have to untrain everything that we've been trained to do and think and feel. That's a hard process to go through because definitely if you grew up in the church,
Hmm.
because they root that in fear.
Yeah, you
But
got to
yeah,
understand. It goes no matter how much they try to hide it and dampen it down and lessen it. They cannot take away that lineage that we have. And the one thing that they don't want us to do is American Africans joining with African Africans.
it's conquer and divide.
I'm just
but see,
saying.
but then there's the other thing too. We put things like I tell anybody, like when it comes to like the devil isn't doing everything, and God isn't doing everything. Sometimes it's you. And when I think about, when it comes to African Americans, so to speak, and other, Africans that's in different places like the Caribbeans and stuff like that, we divide ourselves. We do a lot of dividing on our own.
Yeah.
So it's like when you'll see someone from Haiti making it seem like they're better than you. Or you'll
Mm.
see someone from, Africa, they come over and they're told, and, their parents told them that, African Americans are this way or this way.
Right. And
So,
you'll often, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say really quick that a lot of people use the term like I don't like Jamaicans and this, that, and the third. But understand they was able to do something that we as American Africans have never been able to do. And when I say that, I say American Africans fought for integration. They fought for education. But unlike the Jamaicans, they actually won their independence. Get
And
into
you know what, too?
Get
Let,
into it.
let me tell y'all this real quick because it's two things that popped up in my head that I want y'all to understand. And this is why I say when we talk spirituality, you really have to do the work because you have to filter through everything to get the true message and stuff, right? So
Mhm.
let me tell y'all this first. The word nigga it came from the word naga. Naga, the definition of naga is spirit people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then they changed it into nigga because it's all about a play on words. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And my
It is. Not only that, it's like I feel like with people from different places, like you gotta like when I'm just piggybacking off of you guys, but when it comes to African Americans, we had to fight for this. But a lot of times, like people from different countries that are African, they come over and benefit from what we fought for, right?
Mhm.
But then you'll have people like Nicki Minaj who constantly, speak on our African American freedom fighters and all that stuff negatively, like in their raps and stuff like that. So I'm like, they don't really appreciate the work that the people who put in this work that was African American. They really don't.
Oh, but catch this though. Do y'all know the middle finger where that come from, where it derives from? Cause I'm about to mess your head up with that.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Black Swan, I'll look into it, boo. Do y'all know where the middle finger derives from?
Mhm. Go ahead.
It's from the Greek, okay? And what it
Mm-hmm.
meant was I want to fuck a man or boy in their asshole.
Wow.
Yep.
That's the meaning of the middle finger.
Mhm.
And people don't know the history of this stuff, but yet walking around, which me included,
Right.
because
The
let me
middle finger.
tell you one thing, even though I may be on here teaching y'all certain stuff, you have to continuously learn with spirituality.
Mhm.
Right.
Kind of like being a
Right.
nurse. Always something you got
Mhm.
to learn.
Yeah, and that's just like the swastika. People have a negative connotation about swastikas, but understand the swastika, that's not the original meaning
Me.
behind the swastika. It
Oh
actually means peace and prosperity and
yeah.
goodwill.
Crazy. People don't
It
like to
actually
understand
does.
this. But Hitler and them, they was all about spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
All about.
Mm-hmm.
They used it for ill means, but they was all about doing it.
Yep,
They
and you
was
understand.
using tarot cards. They was using pendulums.
Mm-hmm. All that,
Mhm.
everything. And if you Google the history of the swastika, you will find the swastika on one of the oldest churches in Africa,
Hmm.
even here
Black
in the
Swan,
United
let me
States.
tell you this. You said how to get in touch with our ancestors. They are all around us. It's just
Yeah,
about you centering yourself.
You
yeah,
know what? That's the worst lie people have ever told anybody is that you have to do certain things to get in touch with your spirit guide or your ancestors. If they walk with you, you're part of the light. How the hell you can't talk to them?
right. And you
Why do
said
I need a candle?
right, and you said the Haitians. Well, yeah, the Haitians they did. That was the one of the only successful revolts. The ones that they published. You got to take that into account too.
You said how to strengthen discerning spirits. That goes back to the thought process. Don't
Mm-hmm.
forget when we speaking about spirits, the only way they could come to you is through thought.
Uh-huh.
Because they're not in
That's what I'm
here.
trying to. Yeah, because I don't understand that. Because I feel like people think that you have to. Honestly, like this is what I think, right? When it comes to spirituality, if your spirit guide, like I said, if they are around you, if you can vibrate with them. How come you need someone to tell you how to do that?
And not just that, if they are your ancestors and are for you, you're not going to get those negative discerning spirits. When you
Nope.
get stuff like that, those are spirits that want to be back in this 3D realm.
Yeah, like you will.
Right.
Like, they will put stuff in your head and everything. And I'm like this, to be honest, like that's why I don't believe in people doing spell work sometimes who don't know what they're doing. Or just get taught online and just do it. Because to be honest, like if you really needed a healing, if you really needed to talk to your spirit, God and stuff like that, don't you think they will come to you when you need them the most?
What's
Yeah.
what's the main thing they say with spirituality? You have to go within. You
Yes.
can't look to the outer source. You have to go within yourself.
Right. And it's something that can't be explained because the experience is different for everybody. Some
Yeah,
people
so that's why I don't believe in people just always getting Tarians or always, asking people, how do I do this? How do I do that? I don't believe in people paying a whole bunch of money for that anyway.
But it's not just that. A lot of times when we tell y'all stuff, look at all the information we done put in this one live. Y'all have to go back and look this stuff up and look into it yourself. Cause how you gonna know if it's the truth unless you dig into it yourself? You gotta do the work.
exactly. And that's the whole thing about when we do these lives. The whole purpose is to essentially like get you interested enough that you be like, hold up, let me go look up the Council of Nicaea 320 AD, and Roman Emperor Constantine. Like they even have a movie with Keanu Reeves called Constantine. So like you
Star said, "Do you all consider yourself priestesses?" No, I consider myself a shaman, which I'm really trying to get up off of putting any names on myself. I'm really working on that because, like I said before, we are no one. We are nobody.
right.
And the more weight, aka thought, that we put on ourselves is holding us down in the spirit realm. That's why I just say I'm just spiritual,
Mhm.
and I leave it at that because I don't want to keep putting. I don't want people to keep drawing lines to what I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because to be honest, like every like y'all like you keep reiterating, everything comes from you. You don't need anything outside of you to make anything happen. You need you. You're the manifester.
What I will tell y'all to do is start investing in crystals
Mm.
and learning the meaning of the crystals that you're investing in.
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah.
What's that movie? It's called it's an old movie too.
Explain it to me. I think I might be able to get you the title.
It was a real old cartoon movie, and it was about this big crystal that everybody kept trying to take and get power from.
Hmm.
And
Ah,
it was an older movie, and they just redid it and put it on Netflix. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see
you
if I can
talking
find it.
about the movie with Will Smith?
It's
Oh,
an
that's a
old
good
movie.
one. That's a good one to watch too, right?
Yep,
Because the orcs are us.
yep.
The orcs are the blacks and the Latinos.
Hmm.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, um, that movie Bright
It's
You
was
know,
called
I
the
want
dark.
people to also understand when it comes to like honestly.
It's called
I
the
want
dark.
to ask y'all something because I don't understand this.
Hold on, real quick.
How come?
It's called the Dark Crystal.
Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a question for y'all, and this is a real good question. How come everybody always is asking about getting in touch with their ancestors before they ask about their spirit guide?
right.
Like I'm just asking. Everybody's always like, because I just seen another because I was reading your comment section, and they were like, yeah, we need to learn how to strengthen, how to get in touch with our ancestors, and how to strengthen our discerning spirits. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, how come no one ever says how to get in touch with your spirit guide? Like your spirit guide doesn't matter.
Because a lot of times they just not as. I just look at it like maybe they not as far into it. Honestly, when y'all ask certain questions, I just look at it like y'all curious about it, but y'all haven't like dove deep into it yet. So I try to answer to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good question.
Because it's always, have you ever noticed on YouTube, it's always your ancestors, your ancestors, your ancestors. What about your spirit guide who's actually a spirit who's here to guide you?
Mm.
And I did a video
Or
on that because they saved my life.
your Jiminy Cricket, your guardian angel.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you want to know? Like, because you know your spirit guide, they will like this guide will literally like put signs to push you in the right direction. Wouldn't you want to talk to your spirit guide?
Right.
Hmm.
Just pose it as a question like this. Have you ever had a situation, even recently or in the past, where something has happened and or you lost something or something to that nature, and all of a sudden it just appeared, or
Yes.
you was waiting on a call, a real important call, and you hadn't heard from, and just about when you about to lose hope, the phone rings, or or you might have a situation where you needed to get a certain amount of money up in a certain amount of time, and you don't know where it's coming from, but then next thing you know, it came.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like that's just like, to me, that's how I interpret it.
Because to be honest, I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. Just because you're saying your ancestors, when you're talking to these people, that may not even be your ancestor.
Mm,
You know that, right? Like it can be a spirit that actually likes you and wants to help you out. So it
mm,
might not even be your ancestor. Your ancestor is not gonna come to you all the damn time. Sometimes it might be your spirit guide coming to you. That you're
right.
calling your ancestor, but the whole time it's your spirit guide. And I feel like ancestor worship, I understand it, I get it, and I believe in it too. But I just think that you do have to understand that everything that's happening that's in your favor is not always coming from your ancestors.
Mm,
You know, you get attachments all the time, and now everybody say it's a negative attachment all the time. It's not a negative attachment all the time. Sometimes it's a good attachment because
mm,
they want to see you do good, and they might bless you a little bit. You know what I'm
right.
saying? They want to smoke with you because they want to hold on to life, right? And you probably
Right.
smoke cigarettes. So they want to hit that nicotine. And because they hitting that nicotine with you, they probably like, well, shit, this bitch cool. Let me go ahead and help her with this job.
Right, exactly. And it
You
it
feel
it be the
that?
most random things though.
Yeah, and see, people don't understand
Yeah.
that. So when I be like, because I'm so tired, because it's becoming a popular word, ancestors, and it's
Right.
getting played out because it's like you guys are blaming. It's no different than saying, the devil did this, or an angel helped,
Well,
and
they
God
trying
did
to
this.
turn
It ain't no,
spirituality into a fad, period.
huh?
They trying to turn the spirituality thing into a facade, a fad,
Right, a
period.
trend or
Because y'all
something
gotta
like that.
also look at the fact that
No,
now
and
everybody,
just Black Swan, you don't sound dumb.
now everybody's spiritual. All of a sudden, y'all gotta wing through that stuff too. It ain't easy.
I just want to tell Just Black Swan, you don't sound dumb. It's just that it's actually a way for you to open that door. Everybody starts differently. You see what I'm saying? Because just like God has said, at the end of the day, this is nothing but helping you to awaken yourself.
Right, but you got to understand another thing too. Well, no, Black Swan is that, yeah, they're going to tell you that it's a cultish, but the religion that you've been subscribing to is actually the cult.
Yeah, because now they trying to use the word new age as a bad
Right,
thing. It's not a new age. It's just that we don't practice what y'all used to practice. That's plain and simple.
right, and
It's
it's
a new
not.
generation. It's a new set of
It's
spirits. It's a new.
right,
It's
and
new.
it's a difference. And you got to go back and do another live about that too, Goddess, about the difference between hoodoo and voodoo,
Hmm.
and Santa
I want to add on. Yeah,
Paulo,
you're right.
and
I want
like,
to add on to something.
mm,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it just came in my head. When you talk about new age, that means that the old way didn't work and the way that we're doing it don't work. So this new way works. Honestly, the new age is going to usher in the real awakening. The real awakening has nothing to do with earthly shit.
mm-hmm,
To do with hoodoo, voodoo, Christianity, no nothing. You
Mm-hmm.
really want to start seeing some actual shit source.
Right.
Hmm.
You know,
It's literally going to come. It's
and
literally going
I
to come
feel like
out.
with this, with hoodoo and voodoo on the internet, everybody wants to be affiliated with it, right?
Yep.
So
Mm.
it starts to look like some Jehovah Witness type shit. You know how they bang on your door and be like,
Right.
So I'm not with that either. I don't feel like I have to be affiliated with anything to be spiritual.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah, you're right.
Like I said,
Right.
I consider myself a shaman, but I'm even trying to get rid of that because they always want to put a label on something, and we are no thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when this new age come, and ain't not going back to no old roots, because obviously that wasn't working but so much. And it's not what we're doing now because that's not working for so much. A new age means the slate is all the way clean, and we're here
Hmm.
to be the musician number one. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's why people think that the musician. Some people don't notice that, but when you really looking at the fool's journey, the musician tells you that this is the number one thing you should be worried about manifesting. So this
Mm-hmm.
new age is all about the musician. It's not about the religion. It's about the musician. Okay, it's something like
And
that.
y'all gotta look into your blood types too, because what you don't know is your blood type speaks to what lineage you came from
Mm-hmm. Just
spiritually.
right. Just as much as the dollar bill tells you what plantation your family was sold to.
Old blood
Like,
types
yeah,
tell you, which I'm O positive, but old blood types tells you that you were one of the first people to come onto this realm.
What blood type was that?
O negative, and then O positive came second.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, my bad. I really
but
That
speaking
am,
of the coronavirus, though,
you for all day, girl.
y'all may have to watch out for that though, because speaking of the coronavirus, I was watching a few mediums, right, and they were talking about how it's affecting certain people with certain blood types.
y'all.
Yep.
So they were talking about O positive, O negative, and stuff like that. So I think that when you think about those blood types, you probably have to be a little extra cautious.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what I be trying to tell people. It's more than just you saying, "Oh, this is my blood type." No, that's how they differentiate how long your spirit been here, when your spirit came here. It's a system.
In Bantu religion, that's what they do too. In Bantu religion, they
Y'all
check
don't
your
think they've
blood.
been working on this for centuries? You got another thing coming.
Like if I told you that they were this evolved, you haven't noticed something. You haven't noticed how ancient civilizations, they're still studying it and how they did this and how they did that.
Right.
A lot of times, a lot of the information that we know now we already had back then, but it gets lost. So
Exactly.
it's
Like
just
they
like
had
back then we only did it in a different way.
exactly. Archaeologists dug up a prehistoric version of a cell phone.
Yeah, so we
I lied
already
to you not. I lied to you not. It's actually a thing.
Hold on,
But
because I'm about to pull this video up for y'all and drop the link so that y'all can understand about the blood types.
right, and you got to understand which one is it, O negative or O positive?
O
Uh,
negative and O positive are the old ancestors, pretty much
yeah,
that that
they're
has
the
been here first.
oldest. Right, they're the oldest and rarest types of blood to have. The thing about that too, as well, people with O type blood, I wouldn't be able to get blood from a person that was AB or any
Hmm.
other type except for O. That's
yeah,
my
because
thing.
it's a universal donor and a universal recipient. You're a
Right.
universal donor, right?
What you say?
So it's the difference between the universal donor, and the universal recipient.
Mm.
Is one that it can get all types. I think it's AB, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then the universal recipient is AB, I think. And then universal donor is something. I mean, it's something like that. I mean, Girl, I'm confused. I ain't been in nursing school for a long ass time.
That link I just dropped in the
No,
chat. When we get up off of here, click on
yeah.
that link because he goes into the blood types, your spiritual ancestry, and it's an eye opener because people don't even take stuff like this into consideration and then take a look at it because okay, because I'm trying, I be having so many thoughts. That's that Gemini in me. But look,
Oh, you're a Gemini too?
yes, girl.
I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini.
Hey, but look though. So he goes in depth, but what I need y'all to start understanding a lot with spirituality, y'all have to transform the spiritual and bring it all the way down so that it plays out in the physical so that you can actually see what's going on.
Yeah,
Mm.
and you know what? I'm gonna add on to this too. See, people, people are always trying to see, if they have the blood to practice this, that, and the third, right? To be honest with you, since we're African American, we're not all from Africa. Like we're all from Africa, get it right, but we have different blood types in this too. Like we have a little bit of white, we got a little bit of Indian, we got a little bit of this. So therefore,
Right.
when we're practicing, you don't have to practice in one set belief system. If you're trying to manifest something, and say you do want to use spell work, you can use some things may work for you. Wicca may work for you. You see what I'm saying? Native American beliefs may work for you. Things like that. Like you don't
Hmm.
have to just do African beliefs
Mm.
Hmm.
because
Right.
you have more than just one thing in you. And
Right.
at the end of the day, you should never be ashamed of your whole heritage. You know what I mean? Like people
Right.
want to just say Africa and then not talk about the fact that your grandmother was a Native American and your grandfather was from Europe or something. So you want to
And
Yeah.
just
Right.
y'all
Right.
wouldn't
but
even
talk about
believe
those
if I
ancestors.
told y'all that we were not a part of a slave trade. We were
Right.
already here, but that's
We were
another
already
video.
here. Right. Exactly. Look up the Moors. Moors
Yeah,
actually means great navigator and burnt face.
yeah, they were
And when
black.
I
They were,
say slave
but I'm
trade, I'm
saying like
talking about
this.
getting on the boat and
Moors
then
were
bringing
here.
everybody here.
Because we're beings of light, this is what I'm saying. We don't have to do African American, you
Mm.
know, spirituality. We don't. We choose to do it that African spirituality. We choose to do that. But to be honest, you can be Wicca, you can be Buddhist, you can be all of that. You just choose to. See, that's another thing when y'all bring up ancestors. Now I want to know when you start worshiping your ancestors, if you had an ancestor that was white, would you give praise to him too?
Good question.
If you had an ancestor who was Indian, would you give praise to them too?
You want to know what? That's funny though, because I was just watching a video where the guy was saying how, because okay, in the spirituality wise, there is no good, bad, evil. It's just going through an experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody that killed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you and that person get back sent back into the spirit realm, and now that
Yep.
person may be your mom. And you
Yep.
want
Because
to
that's how it works.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When you really
So
don't into spirituality, it ain't got nothing to do with no ancestor worship.
Right.
it's deep.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not sorcery. It's not how can something that originated from what you believe in now be considered sorcery when you do communion and that's a spell. That's a ritual that you're doing. Every
Yeah.
time you take communion.
It's just the organized way of doing it. It's the
Exactly.
Hierophant. The Hierophant card is all about the organization, the physical embodiment. So this
Mhm.
is you putting into a group set. You see what I'm saying? Just putting structure to a religion.
Right.
So
Mhm.
honestly, anytime where you tell somebody they have to practice their spirituality a certain way, you're putting structure to it. You're making it a religion.
Right.
So, but when I'm talking about, ancestor worship, don't just worship your ancestors that came over on the ship because you have other ancestors too. And I wonder how they feel if you
Right.
don't say nothing about them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Not
I
just
get
that, if you look
nothing.
at it, what does black originate from? To in order for it to be black, it's a mix of everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like this. So I'm like, so basically, if like I said, like if say for instance, my grandma, she's mixed with Irish, Native American, and black. So when she does her ancestor worship, she's going to worship her great grandma, and she's going to give praise to her great great grandfather, right?
Hmm.
So I mean, I feel like when we're doing this, we need to be honest with ourselves. Like your
Right.
ancestors are more than, and then if you're going to worship that, just think about it like this: in the past life, if I was white, then my ancestors are white, and since we're all one spirit, that means, I mean, if I'm a spirit and I'm going through cycles and different life cycles and stuff like that, that means I have more than just African ancestors. From
Hmm.
a past life, I probably got like a whole bunch of Asian ancestors. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I'm doing ancestor worship, if am I only doing it for this life or am I doing it for past life too?
Right. I get you.
Asia derives from Africa too.
But I'm just
Yes.
asking, like,
Don't
what
know.
I'm saying, from Hong Kong. I could have my past life. I could have lived in Hong Kong.
Right. Do you know
Okay.
how this? You know how this country got its name?
Mhm.
America. Do you know who it came from?
I thought it came from Native Americans. I thought it came from indigenous people.
I'm gonna need y'all to go look up a man named Amerispucci and let me know what y'all find.
Mm,
That's where all the colonization and stuff comes in.
mm.
Amerispucci.
Y'all, I'm sleepy now.
Well, it's been a blast, you guys, and like I'm always humble when I come on the live and stuff like that, and we really do appreciate y'all that stuck in there and commented and showed your support. Um, honestly and
Cause
truly.
Munchbar still sitting on here with us, and I ain't even realize it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm happy that I got to come
Oh
on because I
yeah,
used to
I'm
see
muting myself.
you. Uh,
What you say, Munchbar?
As I was muting myself, Deanna live.
Exactly.
Thank
Right.
you.
We
Well,
just
I'm about to go
realized
catch
that.
Deanna live while I fall asleep. I appreciate y'all. Thank
Mm.
y'all for coming on my panel. Thank y'all for sitting in the
Columbus.
chat.
Thank
And
you
what
for
I
allowing us
can
to come
do, yeah, what I can do, the people that's on my panel right now, we can actually cross support and actually do different topics about all the stuff we spoke about,
Yeah, most
you know,
definitely.
on all our
on.
channels and just have a panel and we all could speak about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Most definitely. I mean, I would love to have y'all on the panel, and we can continue the discussion. Um,
Hmm.
that would be an awesome thing, especially since we gave them the movies to watch and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm very interested in hearing how people interpreted the
yeah.
movies.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, we'll talk to y'all later. Once again, thank you guys. I'm about to get some sleep.
All right. Thank you for allowing me on your live.
No
All right.
problem.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a
We're gonna
pleasure.
be on your live next, so don't worry about
Oh
it.
I
yeah,
done talked my way into oblivion. My boyfriend looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, girl, if you don't get off the phone.
drop your channel, if you have a channel, drop it in the chat so
Hold
people
on.
Yep.
can
And
get it all.
when if y'all replay this video, what I want y'all to do is replay the video and all the links that I dropped to these videos. Go click on these people and start getting into it yourselves so that y'all could really see what we talking about on here.
Mm.
Hmm.
Good night slash morning. Just my fact.
Man, Olivia, I mean, you go at your own peril.
I like Olivia sometimes. She says some good things and then she says some other things.
Yeah,
But
she do, but she kind of teeter-totter for me. She not like, I mean, allegedly she got kicked out the conscious sector, so I don't know if
The
that might
conscious
help or
sector is full of shit. So if she got kicked out of it.
not.
I mean, I don't look at her bad for it.
Right. I don't look
I
at her bad for it either, but I mean, what the hell did you do to get kicked out?
I actually
Curse the
reached out
motherfucker
to her
out.
because I was the only one that knew why she got that she left because
Okay.
of it was in 2018. Hold on. Okay, it was in 2018, and it was because of this racist guy who I can compare to that other racist over here.
Oh,
Uh, we called him Moist Mike Anison, and he
that's a jazzy name.
accused. You know what? Because I didn't want to bring up his actual name,
Okay.
but he was sent up there accusing someone from the conscious sector that they were uh Hispanic or something, and that they're not black, and just defaming their character. And like half of everyone believed it in the conscious sector. And what else? Olivia was making videos about her, and then that Moist Mike Anderson, and talked to him. They thought she was off code and she wasn't supposed to talk to him. So what they did was called her out, called her a sellout and everything. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
the reason why she left was because of Scent G and Lisa C.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Yeah,
because she wanted to
because
talk
she
to
used to make
somebody,
videos about them.
so because she wanted to talk to him, all of a sudden she can't be in the conscious community.
Well, she still is actually. She did an interview with Scent G actually on a panel, but
Mm.
they're cool now.
See, that's a bunch of bullshit. You know why I'm gonna say that's a bunch of bullshit? Because half of these people in the conscious community ain't nothing. It's similar to televangelists, okay?
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't, first of all, you wouldn't have no Dr. Umar Johnson running around. You
Oh
know,
yeah, that guy did he make a school yet? Did he build a school yet?
hell to the no. He taking y'all
I
money,
knew it.
so keep it pushing.
No,
That's,
Mm-mm.
girl. He ain't
at
building
this point, y'all gotta know he ain't making no school.
Uh,
You
just like
gotta know that.
he
just like
lied.
brother polite.
All of them are sitting here, using this conscious woke thing to make money. That's what
Yeah,
it is. To get
yeah.
their shine
Bill
on and
Scott.
make money.
Bill Scott got over 1 million subscribers. Oh,
I mean, I guess. I mean, like we said earlier, people follow anything. You got people out here following Nature Boy, so
And guess what? And then mad at what Nature Boy do. I'm not mad at Nature Boy at all. You know why? I'm mad at everybody who's supporting it.
this ninja said he is the reincarnation of Allah.
And
I am
guess
so
what?
done.
That's what they worship him. So
Crazy.
you know what? Let me tell you something. That's why I don't believe in celebrity worship. That's why I don't believe in worshiping these YouTubers. Because
Mm,
guess what? They say they Allah and you worship them, you're worshiping that person. He is Allah to you.
yeah, which
So I
goes
don't
back
know
to right, which goes
Which
back to
goes
I,
back to
which
the
goes
title
back
of
to
this
God.
video. Your
Right,
God is not mine.
that.
exactly.
Right.
All right, you guys. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.